We are less than 48 hours away from an epic night at NXT Vengeance. And oddly enough, even though we're headed to the city of brotherly love, it looks like there's a lot, and I mean a lot of love lost. It is your post NXT show live, and it starts right now. What's going on, everybody? It is your honorary wrestling girl, Seindole B, and I'm back again with another episode of Watch What Happens NXT. We are way less than 72 hours away, actually, from NXT Vengeance Day, and it was a very interesting night. It was a very interesting pay-per-view. And when we talk about pay-per-views that set the landscape, or PLEs, I should call them, that set the landscape of what's to come this coming weekend, which is NXT Stand and Deliver on an epic WrestleMania Saturday, this PLE did not disappoint. There's so much that happened. As you can see, I'm looking a little familiar. Now, that's not to say that I am in support of what happened. That's not to even say that I'm happy about what happened. This is more of what they say when you do stuff to cope, like a coping mechanism. I'm coping. Like, I'm in full blown leather. I know it's like hot. I have all these lights around me, and I'm wearing shades that look oddly familiar. And that's because y'all got to give me some time. Y'all got to give me some grace. This is my way to cope. This is my way of accepting what I need to accept. And that is that even though I was down with the gang, as you can see, I'm still down with the gang. The loyalty is not lost here at all. Let's just also get that out of the way. The loyalty is not lost. However, I would be remiss to say that I am disappointed. But as they say, when you're a chef, let the chefs cook. And that's what I'm going to let them do. I'm going to let them cook. We're going to go so much into that. We're going to go into so much more that happened at NXT Vengeance Day. But real quick, I want to give a shout out to those wrestling girls for powering this episode of Watch What Happens NXT, the Vengeance post show, the only Vengeance post show before another exciting, momentous episode of NXT happens tonight. I also want to give a shout out to Queen PR and Chris B of those wrestling girls for allowing me to post on their channels, their networks, their Twitch, their Twitter, their YouTube channel. And I also want to thank you guys for joining me. If you're joining me on both channels, which is those wrestling girls and my wrestling channel, my YouTube channel, I should say. I want to thank you guys for hanging in there, for supporting me. We did a lot of great numbers on Sunday. And with that being said, I also want to shout out Mr. Brian H. Waters from the Wrestling World and Wrestling Worldwide, and Mr. It's Justin Rich for giving me the time and hanging out with me. We kind of had like a reverse episode of TWG Fan Club on a Sunday. I called it the day party episode. We dived into a lot of predictions. We dived into a lot of things. We got into a lot of nit grit when it came to Vengeance Day and the NXT roster and who we thought was going to win. And some of our predictions were right. Some of them were wrong. But either way, it was a good time. It was a traditional NXT. It was a traditional fan club episode. I couldn't complain. I can't complain at all. Real quick, if you're interested, do follow me. Well, it shouldn't even be if you're interested. If you're on this channel right now, whether you're TWG or you're with Seindole B on YouTube and on X, you should be following us. You should be literally tipping the subscribe button on both channels so you don't miss another episode. There's so much going on both ends. I'm always doing fan club with them every Wednesday with Cream PR, is Justin Rich, and Brian H. Waters. We do it every Wednesday night. We do it before AEW. We even get tapped into watching AEW live shows, which I think is really fun. So there's there not to miss. The girls have been up working, grinding day and night to provide you with brand new content for those wrestling girls. They have interesting interviews up right now. They have an interview posted right now on their YouTube channel with Krista Love, who that interview, if you have not watched yet, is really good. And they also got a lot of stuff cooking. You also have sound off sessions with Krista B, Chris Alcantara's, and Pablo the Don happening every Friday. And also shout out to Krista B, because Krista B, I'm not going to get too much into all the madness and the hoopla. That's not what my channel's for. That's not what I'm here to do. But she's been sounding off and making some banger points. And that should tell you that if you don't know what I'm talking about, maybe you should follow her on TikTok. Maybe you should follow the Patreon, because they drop exclusive content there too. She's been sounding off on a lot of things. Her sound off today was banging. Like it hit the note on this community. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what kind of water y'all drinking. I don't know what kind of food you ate today. I don't know if you didn't get enough sleep this weekend, but it seems like the toxicity in this community is just on a rampage. It is on, it's getting to a collision. Like it's people want to lay the smack down. People being a little too raw. It's just too much going on. There's way too much going on. And her bullet points meshes my bullet points. It's was never that serious. Like, it's meant to be a fun, awesome, thriving community. We're supposed to be excited. WrestleMania week is coming up. It shouldn't matter who's on the card, who you like, who you don't like, but everybody should be coming together. If you're a fan of the space, should be coming together. But some people, you know, they ain't getting the message, unfortunately. But all in all, like I said, if you have not tapped into that content, that Patreon, or any of those things, please do tap into it. I'm going to get into a lot of things that happened mostly on Vengeance Day. So this might be a little bit of a shorter episode, but I do appreciate everybody who's coming on this space. I'm going to try and give everybody some breathing room also to get up on NXT. And I just might rant, because I don't know. Now I got this outfit on. And something might happen. Real quick to get into the chat. Yes, Matt, we're on the road to stand and deliver. I thank you so much for joining in with us. Rakarsha, hey Rakarsha, hey honey, how are you, honey? Girl, I know she's probably mind blown. Look, let's see, people are already coming for me. Look, the Nile is not a river in Egypt. Gang is done. They not gang. Listen, y'all are fickle, so I'm not gonna sit here and go into semantics. It's Trick Mellow Gang forever. It's Trick Mellow Gang. It was the memories. If y'all were not, listen, when you see, I'm already getting ahead of myself. Ooh, see. Listen, shout out to Four Sides of the Ring, who was there with us. They were there with us on Sunday with the live show, brought up a lot of interesting points. So I'm going to plug them real quick. Do follow them on all their social media platforms, on their Twitch, because that's where they're live streaming from us right now. But I thank y'all for joining us. It was a good time. Very good insight on the comment section. Also Sunday, I'm so thankful for that. The comment section did not disappoint. The predictions and a little off, but they didn't disappoint either. Here's my best friend being a mess tone. Are we on the air? Yes, we on air. So act proper. Behave. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Listen. We'll try and skip the racist undertones here. Yes, whatever. Team light skin. But anyways, gonna put on a quick commercial, and when we come back, we are going to dive into a lot of segments that happened on the pre-show, a lot of things that were said, a lot of points from social media. I have all that written down. I have everything ready and stand, so I can give myself enough time to put on a memorial for the Trick Mellow Gang that I know this team deserves, and go into a deep analysis on why this had to happen, why Carmelo had to do, why the brother pulled, why he pulled the ultimate backstab. I said I haven't been this heartbroken since Molly and Issa decided to not to be friends anymore on Insecure. So that's where my heartbreak lies. But all in all, yes, it's gonna be a good episode. I'm gonna dive into a lot of points, a lot of things that I saw. It's just gonna be great. So I'm gonna roll these commercials real quick, and I'll be right back with y'all.
It's really inspiring, and I really feel like representation definitely matters. And if you don't have that representation, you're gonna get nowhere. Like,
things that I want to dive into, mostly real quick. Before I even dive into anything, I do have to address something that happened. I've been really excited about Ava being the NXT GM for the NXT brand, and so far she was doing a really good job. I was going to comment about on Sunday how she was able to really hold her own. She was able to be in front of the camera. A lot of the times I was very critical of how her in-ring performance has been. And she didn't disappoint this time at all. She really gave, I want to say, more of an essence. She still had her scripts makeup on. She was still her. She gave her authenticity and everything's going on. But the amount of stuff that's going on social media has caused this girl, well, not Ava, we're talking about the person that is Ava, because we know that Ava, of course, she's Dwayne Johnson's daughter. A lot of the stuff that's been going on, she has had to deactivate her Twitter. Now, you guys, I've never seen anything like this. Like, even we've been upset about things that happen in wrestling because we're so passionate into wrestling. It's kayfabe. We just, that's how passionate people are. We care about wrestling to the point where, you know, we'll sleep in the same sweatshirt that a wrestler has hugged us in. So I'm not shocked about the level of things that are being said, that are happening. I should be really, I'm more say I'm disappointed that these things are happening because it's really no call for it whatsoever. But the fact that you have to put her in a situation that has zero to do with her has to be the most myotic thing that I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, it has to be, it's downright just, it's sad. Like, I've never seen anything like it. The fact that somebody has to deactivate their social media just makes no sense to me whatsoever. It shouldn't even be like, it shouldn't even get that serious. Like I say, it's really not that serious. It's really not. Like, it shouldn't be, you know, death threats. And she literally had to post a tweet before she got off and said, you guys are tweeting me about a situation that has nothing to do with me, which she's right. You guys are tweeting her about something that's not in her control. It's not her job. It's not her place. Like, it's just not it. Like, when I say it's really not that serious, it's not that serious. I don't understand why, when it comes to things in wrestling, we're getting to the point where it's toxic. And I'm for one, I'm somebody that did not sign up for that. Like, I don't think it's cool. I don't think it's funny. I don't think it's, I know you guys probably want a way to get attention. That's not the way to do it. That's really not the way to do it at all. And I think what needs to come to this fan base is to understand that, like I said, it's fun. It's wrestling. You're supposed to be excited. Like, it doesn't matter how any pay-per-view slice and dice or how upset you are. You supposed to sit there and have fun. I don't understand. Like, were y'all not raised properly? Like, were y'all not allowed to learn how to breathe in and breathe out? Did y'all not take anger management? Like, did y'all not learn? Like, do y'all need a yoga class subscription? Like, what do you guys need in order for things to calm down? Because, like I said, it wasn't that serious for her to deactivate the social media. I thought, like, for her mental health, I'm a big person. I'm a big advocate of mental health. If you guys don't know, I also have a brand called The Well Minority, where I do also talk about like bullying and stuff like that happens within the community. But it's just like, it didn't have to go that far. And it's really disappointing. Like, it's super, super disappointing to see that that's the route that everybody want to take. But that's all I'm going to dive into on that. I'm gonna get right into Vengeance Day, but again, my heart goes out to her. It's a lot dealing with right now. I hope people get it together to the point where they don't feel like death threats are the way to get somebody's attention on social media, whether it's through somebody's daughter, father, husband, aunt, you know, therapist. I don't care how you think you're supposed to be able to get into that. I just don't want people to think that that's the way you're going to get your message across. It's not okay. And the one person, my partner, see, God had a plan, because God knew that I wasn't going to come in this by myself. She can say it better. I know she's going to agree with me. I know she understands how I feel, because even at work, like, I'm like, and it's funny, the group chat be active. We busy. The team, the busy bees be working. Like, I'm looking at them and I'm like, I'm afraid to go on Twitter, y'all. I went on Twitter for an hour and got back off. But like I said, my good sis, the person that I was talking about that did the best sound off, that probably going to continue that sound off, hopefully in a mild tone, because like I said, this is probably positive. I already have to mourn one death. I don't want to mourn another one. So I'm going to bring her on. She is my special guest, impromptu guest, I should say, for Watch What Happens NXT. Scarf, where you at, girl? Where you, baby? Where you at? Where you at, girl?
Girl, I just came home. It's been a day. I'm sipping the wine today. Okay.
You sipping wine? It's a Tuesday? On a
Listen,
Tuesday? Toast Tuesday?
Toast Tuesday.
Toast Tuesday? Wow.
Cause
It ain't even Tipsy Thursday.
child. Oh yeah, we do have Thursday this week, don't we?
You see that plug?
Hey Matt. Hey
Matt, what's
y'all.
going on? Hey y'all. Oh my god, my comments are buzzing. I'm sorry. I don't
Yeah.
want to forget y'all. I got sidetracked because I yelled at also I want to apologize to my best friend Keith, because after the pay-per-view happened, he texted me and I told him that I don't trust light skins again. But so I owe him a shot and an appetizer from Yard House. If you follow me on Twitter, you know I'm a Yard House girl now. We dumped Cheesecake Factory. We've moved on to Yard House. We've moved on to other things.
Did we?
Yard House is good. You got to come to Jersey and get Yard House.
I do have to come to Jersey.
You do, because Yard House, when you come back and do your showcases, hopefully we could do a pregame, because Yard House be hitting different over here.
Listen, I could just come to Jersey just because I've been having to come to Jersey for a little bit, so I definitely got to start making my Jersey rounds. It's just be the tolls, man. The tolls.
I got you, girl. I got you. Listen, for every drink, a drink will make up for the tolls. I got you.
That is true.
Don't worry about it. Yeah, thank you a lot. We will be regular. Yes, be the regulars, please. We don't need no more mess tone up on the stage. Thank you guys. Yes, doing black. Oh my god.
We're not going. Okay, so we're definitely going to get into Mellow, but I wanted to interject because I came into the back of you talking about the Ava Rain situation on Twitter, and yes, there will be a sound off tonight about it. I released one this morning, and it's just like, as my brother Brian H. Waters said, it may be a daily thing because y'all really carrying this Rock, Roman, Cody thing a little bit too far now. And these is from the ones who literally came off of their mama's titty, came from out the basement after running off, after, getting done with their lotion and Vaseline, to want to come on Twitter and want to sit here and threaten a child. She's an adult, but she's also somebody's child. And that's one thing I don't do. I don't play with people's kids. I don't play with people's kids. So yes, stay tuned for a sound off. It will be coming. This would be, I feel like what Justin said, Krista B presents sound off, the People's Corner. And I think that's just what it's going to be. You muted.
I got it. That was funny too. I was going to put in the group chat before I got on here. I feel like you should host Krista's People's Court or something like that. Krista Court,
because hey Vaughn, because it's too much. Like, you don't go that far. Like, y'all really are taking the essence of good entertainment wrestling and taking it to a place where it should never be. Y'all getting mad over a match that hasn't been solidified yet. Y'all getting mad over a what if, a hypothetical. Cody hasn't picked his opponent yet. Y'all not.
And that's what blew me.
Fact, like, all of this is snowballing because CM Punk got injured.
Once again, it's all on Punk. Well, not all on Punk. I actually blame Drew. I blame Drew for everything now. He's my scapegoat.
I mean true, but Hill Drew is doing what he needs to do to carry it.
But I like it though.
Yes, let it still be Rock versus Roman. Like, we're not talking about for a title. We're not talking about, and we know that Roman is not dropping the title to The Rock. We know that for a fact.
We know exactly, but people don't. People not getting it. I don't know what it is.
Stay tuned for this sound off that I'm about to drop, because it will definitely be a lot more cursing. It will definitely be a lot more cursing. Absolutely. Make sure you subscribe, because it's only living, exclusively on Patreon.
Exclusively.
Land, I'm not even putting out no social video. So if y'all not subscribed to our Patreon, make sure y'all subscribe, because it will drop tonight. If not dropping tonight, it's dropping tomorrow morning. So yes,
please. Let's see the comments. Oh, Keith said don't tell me what a good time, so we're gonna have to make a call. Like, hello, come down the Parkway.
So we can kick off Pisces season. Pisces season starts February 19th. And my birthday after March. So yeah, we can kick it off at Yard House, because I still have no birthday plans. Just letting y'all know. And I know I'll be planning my birthday would have been planned.
Ma'am. You see? Ma'am.
My birthday would have been planned already. People already got lists on.
It's February 6th, sis. What we doing? Scarf, what we doing?
I don't know. I think I'm just gonna relax, to be honest.
You know what? We at that age where it's just like, if we do something, if we want to be epic, we could be epic, just be epic. You don't have to be epic because you feel like everybody needs to see you. You can just be epic on your own. So I think you guys are epic enough. Like, we're all in our epic era. So I feel like even if we were to have a day that's not epic, we'd still be epic. That was a lot.
Right. Like, I just feel, come on, forward. And Keith, you better change that Y to an A. I'm like, who the hell is Christy? Anyway, I get it. Typo.
Seindole B. No, Vaughn. I gotta keep the energy for the end of the show, baby. I'm sorry. Let me see. Yes, I'm in HBK. You know what? I might be turning heel. I don't know. Because people wanted to be like, after that FU Mellow chant and all that stuff, I'm like, you know what? Maybe I need to. You see, I got the leather jacket on.
You have the leather jacket on, and I'm just like, wait a minute. Like, you want to get into it? Because I feel bad for you. Like, I really. First of all, let me tell you the amount of people that I seen in my IG story talking about Seindole owes me an apology. I promise you. And I should have screenshotted it because I'm just like, yo, like.
So, and shout out to the guys from Backstage Brawl. Eric can kiss my whole left derriere. I owe Randy a drinks whenever we meet up because I was with, and then shout out to the only person that I feel like I would wrap my arms around and hug right now is Mr. Perry. Because shout out to the wrestling club. Yes. Because if they don't love Cody, them kids love Mello and Trick. Because Trick and Mello love the kids. But the fact that when he watched that pay-per-view and he said, I gotta show them the clip at wrestling club tomorrow, and he said he showed them kids.
He kids said heartbroken.
They had to be heartbroken. And so I feel bad for them. I don't feel bad for nobody else. That's my heel part. I don't feel bad for none of y'all because if y'all want to be like, oh, we knew this was going to happen. We knew it was going to happen. We knew it was going to happen. Great. We get it. You don't trust Trick, but I was Trick Mellow gang, baby. Like I'm a 2.0 girl. When Trick first bursted on the scene in that purple satin shirt, knowing those lights were hot and he was glistening sweat on that chest, I was invested. Because it was Trick Mello gang. Mello wasn't by himself. Mello had to put he had some mic work. Yeah. He had some mic work that needed to be done. He wasn't that great at promos. So when they brought Trick on, it was literally like Kobe. It was like literally like Kobe and Shaq. Mm-hmm. Like it was literally it was like Shaq and Dwayne. Like it was just they were a team, man. They were your Travis and Mahoney's, right? They were your Clutchy and Mahoney's right now. They was tight. They was putting the game together. They was making the game work enough for Mello to become your North American champion, your NXT champion. Like it was enough. And I'm heartbroken.
Like we knew it was bound to happen.
Right.
Because it was like you started to see the little subtle signs. Like every time Trick wanted to like further himself and further, move on. It was just like Mello was, oh man, did she freeze? I think she froze, y'all. It was just like, it sucked. Mello was always dropping some subtle teasers. So it was definitely bound to happen. Matt, to answer your question, I will not be waking up early for Santa Deliver just because I probably will be working, but Seindole will be when she gets back. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm not surprised that the turn happened. I'm just surprised on how it happened. If that makes sense. That makes sense. I'm just surprised on how it happened. Trick got tricked for real. Trick got tricked for real. And it was bad because Trick was already crying because he lost the match to Dragunov, and he put in what he had to put in, especially because he lost twice in one night, and that's just something like you rarely hardly see in WWE. You don't really lose twice in one night, and for you to lose twice in one night after all the hard work and stuff that you've done, that you put in, and for the person who's supposed to be rooting for you, your best friend. Wow, it's two of you. Okay, got
it. Sorry, I'm experiencing a little bit of a technical difficulty, sis.
Okay,
my bad.
Keep it going.
I heard everything you were saying.
Okay, yeah, like keep it going. For you to lose twice in one night, and then the person that you want that's supposed to be standing in your corner, that's supposed to be like there for you, your ride or die, everything, turn on you. Yeah, it'll be a F you as well.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, when I go to WrestleMania and I see you at Wale Mania, how am I supposed to approach you, Mello?
Yo, and that's the thing that makes me so like, what's gonna happen that weekend? Because like we already okay, so it's no secret that people are starting to see it is definitely last year was Melo's year. Everybody loved him. Everybody like they was entering he was entering him era. So he was going in because he was winning. Like we like Braun Breaker up in here, but it wasn't no chance, baby. It was him to season. So we already knew we were gonna favor him, but now it's kind of trick season. And now people don't like Melo, so we're not going to see Melo. Is he not going to show up? Is he going to have like security? Are we going to see a brawl out at Wale Mania? Are we going to have to wait? Like, what is going to happen? And that's what I think a lot of it is interesting that Melo chose to become heel now. And a lot of people were joking around and like really during Black History Month, like this couldn't wait till March. No, it couldn't wait. Like it couldn't wait.
Because it wasn't gonna. You got this is what I hate about people. People forget that wrestling is entertainment. Wrestling is about story building. Look how long this story has been building between Trick and Melo.
Right.
Look how long. And we know now we know that Melo fucking attacked
He
Trick.
did
We
it.
know now. He did
And you know
it.
what's funny? Even okay, so we are gonna do a little recap. So my episode today, Miss Scarf, is how we got here. So I'm gonna recap all the segments on how we got here, and then I'm going to literally talk about the match in the finale. So we can start with how we got here from the turn because that's the most important topic of the night. I don't really care for anything else. Well, I do care about that calendar because I wanted the calendar and it was sold out, so I was gonna give it away. But now the calendar sold out, so I'm gonna talk about that too because I got a sound off of that one too. But let's get into the Trick and Mellow thing. So a lot of people were posting clips as to how they knew he was going to turn, and my biggest clue was when I watched it back on my recap when Trick got attacked, there was a chair in the background. And I didn't realize that the chair was open and banged up when you look at it. But Carmelo had literally took his hand and banged the chair away like he was upset that his boy had got hurt. If I'd have saw that, I probably would have then been like, nah, he did that. I probably would
You
have.
wanted it so bad not to be them. Like you wanted it so bad,
I
but then
wanted
it's
so
just like
bad.
WWE is definitely known for recycling, revamping, refurbishing storylines. You understand? Like that attack was definitely the real to SummerSlam 2002 between Shawn and Triple H.
Or even that. Remember when JTG broke up with Shad when Crime Time broke up?
Yes.
But it wasn't no backstage attack stuff. It was just that I'm sick of you, so I'm ending this right now in the ring type stuff.
Yeah.
So
it was all of that.
It was all of that, man. Like
just like when Gigi Dolan and JC Jane broke up when Bailey did the Ding Dong Hello on NXT and the whole still setup. It gave you barbershop.
It gave you barbershop. Like even the leather jacket.
Right.
In the same leather jacket you found him in.
And the crop leather jacket. I said, that's true now, Mello. Come on now.
I'm never gonna look at another fine ass man in a leather jacket ever again the same way. That's just how I feel. And the thing is too, where I like with this build up though, I will say this. They gave you enough time for you. It didn't just come out the gate like, oh, Melo did it. Oh, Melo did it. Like Carmelo, like even had the clue of Lexus King, like literally kind of taunting him, being like, I didn't do it. Thanks for the like. I used this though to get my match at deadline. Like I used this to get my spot, my first ever PLE spot. I didn't do it though, but I think you know who did it. And even with Ilya like trying to tell Trick, like, dude, I think you need to worry about Melo and put your focus in the match instead of worrying about whether or not who attacked you. Like it gave a lot of, it's obviously a boy, but they let it simmer enough for it to cook, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it did. And I just got the email from WWE. If you guys are subscribed to WWE's emails, Carmelo will explain his actions tonight on NXT.
See, all the more reason to watch NXT tonight. I don't
Yep.
know.
Because it's just, I don't want to say it's shocking because we knew it was going to happen. But for me, from a person who has had interactions with both Trick and Mello personally, like just talking and vibing and stuff, it's just like, like this is character work more so than a real friendship. Like, that it just bothers you because that's when it's sometimes it's hard to separate the character from the person because
Mm-hmm.
you see them together. So I'm just like, am I gonna see them together? Like, am I not gonna see them together? Like what's happening? Like, what's going on? Like,
It's
it's
crazy.
Trick and
Like
Mellow,
it's
Mellow
just,
and Trick, Mellow Trick gang, Trick Mellow gang. Like,
and they've had such good interactions
they
with
did.
people, and that's why I was like, especially with the kids, man. Like the kids love them some Mello. But you know what's funny too though? They liked Mello when he was a heel also,
Yeah,
because he was
and
still showing shades of I
Mello
care
was good
about what I
heel
care
or
about.
babyface. Mello
Right.
was good hood, but babyface, heel, babyface tweener. He's good. Like, no denying that. But I
But do you
hate sometimes when you turn on your best friend. It's just like,
right? Do you think we'll get a different heel version of Mello? Because there's that too. Because we've gotten, like, for example, we mentioned Shawn Michaels a lot. We've gotten like taunty heel Shawn Michaels, and then we've gotten like I don't care douchebag heel Michaels. Like, do you think the same thing will happen with Mello? Possibly.
yeah, I do believe that we would definitely get a different heel, is like an elevated heel version of Mello, especially because like I see Mello being called up to the main roster soon. So go
Mm,
into main roster with that attitude. Don't go in real green and all happy to be here. Going on him times 10.
right.
So this right here, this platform in NXT, I feel like this is really like his last leg in NXT on a good
Mm-hmm.
note, not a bad note, before he gets called up. So start with him times 10 down here and then go up. Because listen, I promise you, I would rather see I want to see Carmelo and Logan Paul for the United States Championship.
And you know what? That's what I think is happening. I think we're getting heel Mellow here. And the
Yeah.
only way I think if Trick does, and I'm not, listen, that's another thing I'm gonna break my habit of. I'm not gonna sit here and make matches no more because y'all do too much when people try and make matches. Because look at what happened. We've been asking for what happened for 3 years, and y'all didn't know how to act. So I'm not gonna make matches. But what I will say is, if that were to go down, and this is Melo's send off to the main roster, because obviously Trick needs more to cook. He needs more time
Mm-hmm.
on it to cook. Even though I know too, the rumors were spiraling that at the SmackDown before Rumble, people were impressed with the reaction for Trick. But y'all gotta let good things happen.
But they should have called Trick out for Rumble. They
They
dropped the
should
ball on
have.
that. They
They
dropped the
did.
ball on that because people would have loved to have her. Like, instead of putting Pat McAfee in
That
that
was a
spot,
waste
they
of
could
a
have put
spot,
Trick in
man.
that spot. And
That
then
pissed
they
me
already
off.
had Mello at 5. And then you already had Braun Breaker. Imagine like the three of them having to show like there's every man for themselves in that moment, and
Mm-hmm.
showing the side of Mello like he's kind of confused, but he know like that's his man, but he know it's coming very soon. Like, we all know it's coming very soon for him to have to turn on Trick. Like, that's perfect stories. Let me go apply to WWE or something because
Listen, you need to be a writer. You should have been a writer, girl. It's a
should
new
have been
era.
a
Should have
writer.
been a writer. You should have. You should have been in there with the. You should have been in there booking this whole entire thing. But listen, it never too late.
It's not. You saw the message I sent you. If Bubba Ray Dudley can do it, I'm gonna do it too.
You could do
Shit.
it too. Shout out to my brother in the chat. What up, Soul?
Hey,
Shout out
so
here. What's going on, bro? Shout out to the music. Because a lot of people love the music. If you need some intros, if you need funeral music, just hit him up. Because he's a great producer. He's a good producer. He's my brother. So hit him up, show him some love over there on the Twitch channel. He also streams too. So show him some love. Early HBK version of Carmelo will be gold. Yeah. Because I think too, if he does go up against Logan Paul, you know that's not gonna be a disappointing of a match. But imagine him taking it off of Logan Paul.
that'll be amazing.
He might
Like,
not
that would
even be
be
a heel.
so amazing and be it heel. Like, you have two. When was the last time we actually got two heels that people actually like? Because no shade, people actually like Logan Paul. I like Logan Paul.
I enjoy Logan Paul. I
Yeah.
think I think, but the thing with me too is when I see that you're into the craft, like a lot of like I was for a minute like annoyed with him and Bad Bunny just showing up, but both of them like looking at their behind the stage, and
They
I
put on.
follow as yeah, like they into it, like they really like we're not just gonna come in here and do a frog splash and do a like fake knockout and call it a day. Like no, we're gonna learn how to wrestle. We're gonna learn we're gonna train our bodies for this, and he's somebody that has the persona to do whatever he
Puts his mind
wants.
to.
Yeah, sets his mind to. And he really do. Like I remember when he had the surgeries to have his iron fist done because he had broken his knuckles in his first boxing match. I was like, oh, he's there. And then he started using that as a gimmick. And I was like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
You really like you got it. Like I like people who understand it. And both him and Salute to Bad Bunny and even Stephen Arnell. Like I like when Stephen Arnell was wrestling too because he was really passionate about it. So
he was at WrestleMania last year.
yeah. So the three of them specifically, I was like, this is what you need. If you're gonna bring superstars and Maria Canal and Maria, because Maria Menounos, because Sis went in with broken ribs from freaking Dancing with the Stars and still did a good job. Like I like people that like to devote themselves to the craft and respect it enough to be like, no, I'm gonna really work for this, like train and all that. So I mean, I like that. I like him for that. However, I need to see who's gonna take the UFC title off of him.
Yeah, like I don't feel
It
like
can't
it
just
should
be
be anybody.
anybody.
Oh, like I feel like it should be somebody like Carmelo. It should be somebody young, like Kevin Owens. Okay, like Kevin, we know that you can really beat Logan Paul's ass. Like we know this for a fact. Like we know that there's only thing stopping is because you have a fractured foot and your hand is fucked up.
Exactly.
You injured, but in real life, like we know you can fuck up Logan Paul. Like we know that. But somebody for Carmelo to be in this heel era and kind of just like skip the line for whoever wants this US title and like go straight to Logan Paul, like, yo, I'm tired of you. I'm tired of you talking shit. I'm tired of you talking mess. Like, I'm gonna end you and have him start a reign something like Gunther. Like, we're not saying he got to be the longest reigning United States champion, but
Right.
it'd be nice to have that on Carmelo.
It was. So we're gonna jump right into. We're probably gonna get back into it a little bit more because there's so much to discuss in it. Because the ending for this pay-per-view was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like super ridiculous. But what I want to do now is jump right into some of the segments that were going on to the pay-per-view. As I mentioned before, they did send and create the JCU calendar. Queen JCJ, I call it J University now because listen, Chase, you didn't pick, she took on, and she had an autograph signing. And what they did was they also put the calendars on WWE.com, and them calendars went.
They gone.
They gone. So if you wasn't in Tennessee, you ain't standing in the line, and you wasn't on when the pay-per-view started, you didn't get it. You didn't get a calendar. That calendar, though, they picked the right girls. I'll say that. There was something inside. There was something for everyone in each calendar.
Oh, nice.
That I like. Because even though I was like, all right, this is obviously like a joke, but it seems like, listen, you put meat in front of a man when he's hungry, he gonna eat it, right? He gonna eat. And that's what happened with them calendars. They ate. So shout out to Queen JCJ. What ended up happening was her, Thea, Carmen, I can't remember the other young lady's name, but she's really pretty too. She's on the roster. They were signing calendars, and as you know, there's been something brewing between Riley Osborne and Thea Hale. And so after last week, the go home show for NXT had happened. Thea Hale decided to basically tell Riley how she felt, like she liked them. And I thought it was cute. It was kind of like a little college, like this ain't high school type thing. Even though, remember, Thea says she's supposed to be a grown-ass woman. But she still got to learn. She got a way to go. She don't know how to talk to the boys.
She's still shaped like a high schooler. I mean, she is.
I forgot who was coming on my show, child.
I mean, okay, sorry.
You ain't no. Go ahead. We keeping it 100. We keeping it.
I mean, Thea Hale literally she's young, she's beautiful, she's talented, but she
Mm.
is shaped like she is. I'm gonna say she's just shaped like a high schooler. Like she has the stature, you know, small, cute, petite. She has muscles. Like her muscles are probably like 5 times less than Jordan Grace, but their builds are kind of still the same. Like if she was trying to be in the gym more, she could be a Jordan Grace double. They could be twins. They like the same height and all that.
I you know what? I don't disagree. I don't disagree at all because I was once that shape and I had to like, all right, it's time to like, let me tell you, high school Seindole had no curve. And then I had the nerve to have like whatever my mama left me as far as backside wise. So imagine being shaped like a rectangle, but then when you turn around, I'm shaped like a P. Yeah, like I'm shaped
That,
like Naomi. So that's how I was.
that's how. So I was skinny. Like I didn't reach 100 pounds until high school, probably like sophomore year of high school. So imagine me being like 80, 90 pounds with C cup boobs.
My nerves.
Starting from like the fourth, 5th grade, up until, like I reached 100 something pounds. So I get it. Like my mama, being that she had 2 girls, my sister caught the bottom half and I caught the top half. Like we was we equally got, distributed the right stuff. But and then when I grew hips and stuff, I was literally shaped like a Coke bottle for one summer. Literally shaped like a Coke bottle for one summer. And then
Really?
yes, I was. Flat stomach, boobs, hips, that. Yes, I was shaped like a Coke bottle for one summer. Everybody thought I was having sex. I said, nope, wasn't.
Child, why do people always assume that when it
They
comes to
assume
women?
that for real.
Like,
It's just like girls just can't gain weight, and then come to find out I had a thyroid issue. Ha! It's
oh,
fine. My thyroid's okay now. It's fine.
okay. But like, I feel you because people be like, this, I want to say it was the age of the BBL. And for some reason that people were like, you're African. How come you don't have hips? How do you have this? How do you don't have that? I'm like, because I'm not genetically modified.
Okay.
Like I go to the gym. I lift weights. I'm not genetically modified. I'm sorry if you think that that's what like all African women look like, but some of us weren't given birthing hips, okay? I wasn't one of them. My mama didn't have birthing hips till she birthed us. So I don't know where that ideology always came from. They're like, "Yeah, but you should be." I said because again, I'm not genetically modified. Where do you listen, BBLs had to come from somewhere and they were always done in other countries. Where do you think some of these African models were getting them done? In other countries, people.
Other countries.
Let's be real.
Mhm.
So then when I got older, I started realizing like a little bit of fat was coming like to both sides. A little bit of it was coming to my stomach, which I couldn't stand, but it was coming on both ends. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna grow into my weight. And now, like, I feel like I'm a whole snack.
You a baddie, sis. Can't nobody tell you different.
Nothing.
And if they do, they a hater because you's a baddie, sis. Okay.
But I will never forget the ones who slept on me. But I do forget them, so it's okay.
Back
But
then, they ain't want you. Now they hot. They all on you. Or
my
or
dear,
whatever Mike Jones said.
whatever Mike Jones says, shout out to Mike Jones.
Okay.
But basically, long story short, I mean, Riley must like the high school body because he asked her to be his Valentine, which is a segment I know is going to start tonight because it's going into Valentine's Day weekend. I know it's probably going to start tonight, but he's had something planned for Thea. JC was like, this is cringe because both of you don't know how to talk to each other. Like, what are we in elementary school? Like, just say y'all want to date and move on. Like, she was just like this. She was me whenever Justin makes an inappropriate comment on fan club. Like, she was like this. Like, she was like on the like this. So long story short, later on we get Less is King being his pervies. What's the name called him? The Tiger King, and now I can't get it out of my head, Justin, on my pre-show.
That's what he looks like. Oh, because what?
So he called him the Tiger King. So now I'm gonna call him Lexus the Tiger King. And he basically came to be his pervy self and was like, oh, these calendars, yum ladies. And Riley looked like he had enough. So he walked up to him and was like, you need to chill. And Lexus basically told like Thea, like, you need to get with a real man. I don't listen, this is still throwing me off, but
It's this,
But
and then
yeah,
the 80s hair, like the roots is black, but the
but
hair
that's
is
why he's called
blonde.
the Tiger King.
Yeah, like Joe Exotic. Oh,
And you know what's funny? It's shaved on the side for real, but he lets the middle come down. Cause he had a picture where he was training in a ponytail, and all the
yeah,
pony
because it
like
was
it's
like a
shaved,
mullet type situation when he was in AEW. So
right? But he let the mullet grow up top, so now it's
yeah,
long.
it's disgusting. It's disgusting. Like,
So basically, long story short, they brawled it out. They messed up the signing because people were signing the calendars. So now they have a match tonight. It's going to be Lexus King versus Robbie Osborne in a one-on-one situation. Probably going to be Chase U on his side because that looks like the angle that is going with Chase U just getting his school back or whatever. Let's see how the calendar sales did. Hopefully he get it back. A lot of people are waiting for Duke to turn on Chase U, which is another thing that was going on.
I'm sick of the turnings. Like, I'm sick of it. Like, we are still dealing with Mellow and Trick. Like, let us have some type of calmness. Like, please, like, do it next month. Let that be right before Stand and Deliver. Don't do it now. Like, you stop breaking our hearts, okay? We are still recovering from Trick and Mellow.
We still recovering. Speaking of people that are recovering, it looks like Kiana James and Izzy Dame are on a plan because they're tired of being in the backseat. They don't want to be babies in the corner anymore. They look like they want to be on their way to championship goals. Well, now that Lyra's done, it looks like with Roxanne, who is number one contender, they're also trying to be who's next in line for Stand and Deliver. And it looks like the first person on there, and I'm tired. Listen, I'm tired of us being attacked on Black History Month, but you can't help to stay away from diamonds that shine. And that diamond that's shining right now that they're gonna go after is one Miss Kalani Jordan. Now, Kalani, as y'all know, I am a Kalani stan. I love her. I love her ability. I love her enthusiasm. It looked like during the Battle Royal, same thing. She always ends up on the last four and never gets to the top. So I feel like that's what's going on here. Now she's finally getting put on notice. She's put the locker room on notice, basically. A lot of people are like, if it's not this person or Roxanne or anybody else, it's her. And Kiana and Izzy have a problem with that. So they set their sign. They had like a little baddie meeting or whatever, and they basically are going to try and knock her down a peg or two. I'm interested in how this goes because it will be a real test to Kalani to see how she deals with adversity, even though it's already adversity on what type of wood she has.
Right.
What do you think?
I agree with you. I do think they're going to try to test her. Kaylani definitely has that potential to become a main eventer. She always is in like final four or bottom three or whatever, and she really never makes it. So I feel like this is really her moment or her time to shine, especially because I hate to bring this up, but you know how WWE is. If one go, the other goes. Mello goes. Kaylani's bound to follow soon. So why not put her in a position to where like she can take on any and everybody? She's amazing in the ring. She's very, very athletic.
Mm-hmm.
She has all that. I don't think I've ever heard her on the mic, but she has that quality regardless. She has that star power that can literally take her and launch her. So maybe this match between Kiana James and Kaylani and whoever else you said was included, I don't remember.
Izzy Dane.
Will definitely put her at another level, like cement her to put her to another level.
I agree. She's getting there on the mic. Hasn't had a lot of mic time. The only time she's really had mic time was a segment between her, Dana Brooke, and Cora Jade, which it was full of positivity. Like she pumped with positivity. I give her that. And then when they had the panel for the Iron Survivor channel, I thought she had a little bit of sass. Like she's definitely built one. She's not one to miss on confidence because Lash had said, well, Tiffany had said like, I'm a gymnast too, and her response was, Tiffany, let's see if you can keep up with me.
Period.
Snatch them.
Show me. That you can tell me.
Snatch them, Kalani, from the root to the tube, honey. Because she snatched, and that's where I didn't have a disagreement with them always putting her number one. I feel like she's definitely championship material.
Yeah,
I don't see
sure.
a need. Yeah, I don't see a need for a change in any type of attitude. I feel like she's somebody who's very workhorse. She's a female workhorse.
Yeah.
And that's what I like. Like not everything has to be handed to you. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
No, I'm saying I agree. I'm saying I agree with you.
So let's see what else happened. It looked like we got a really creepy message promo wise, and the last time we got something this creepy or this something insightful was when before Lexus King showed up. So I did take screenshots of what was said. So I'm gonna read it out to you, and me and you can talk about what we think that means. It says, a man has three faces: the one the world sees, the one his family sees, and the real one no one sees, but reflects the evil he truly possesses. So it was something that came on before the Obama family match. And I found it interesting because it was kind of like the riddle. It's riddles. Like they never really do riddle segments like that. They always do like subliminal messaging. Like I thought the Lexus King angle to introduce him was kind of perfect because all you saw was the TV, but automatically because people know the history of Brian Pillman, they already knew automatically it was obviously Brian Pillman Jr. coming to NXT.
Mm-hmm.
But this was a little different. So, what do you think is happening with this? In your opinion?
This is giving me Attitude Era vignettes of when Kane was about to arrive.
Oh, I remember those.
Yes. Of course, like
I didn't think about that.
Of course, Paul Bearer was talking about, Taker, your brother's alive, Kane's alive, whatever. But when those vignettes started to roll, or even the vignettes when Undertaker was injured and then he started to come back, and those vignettes of like the three little girls, and he's when he come back as American Badass. This is what this was giving me. Like as soon as you said a man has three faces, first I went to Mick Foley. I instantly thought about Mick Foley, Cactus Jack, Dude Love, Mankind, because it's just like what? But then you said evil, and I'm just like, Mick Foley wasn't evil. He was crazy,
but he wasn't evil.
He wasn't evil,
right?
So it's giving something like that. Then with Shawn Michaels as the helm of everything, he's gonna incorporate some Attitude Era style, vignettes and scaries and whatever to get the crowd on their toes and get fans on their feet to try to figure out who it is that they're talking about. Because I have the slightest idea. I don't know who left and came back. I don't know who's injured or trying to revamp themselves. I do not know. And if I do know, it's escaping me right now. So,
and what's crazy is that we obviously it's been a lot of people from main roster coming back. So it could be somebody who's main roster trying to revamp themselves.
Yeah.
It could be somebody who we haven't seen that's injured coming back to NXT.
Yeah, we just don't know. We just do not know.
I like that. I like that. I don't know.
Fun of it. Like kayfabe is really a thing in this situation. Even with social media, like kayfabe is really a thing in this situation. So I like that too.
I enjoy that. Keep me in the dark.
Keep me in the dark until it's time to come to light. Absolutely.
So, with that being said, I am going to.
It could be Bo Dallas or Uncle Howdy.
It could be Uncle Howdy. I think they could be making Uncle Howdy a thing. I know a lot of people, and you know what? I don't even care. Y'all, this fan base disappointed me so much this week. I don't even want to be like, oh, the people in the comments or people who always want it to be, because it ain't about that. Now I'm in my let it cook season. I'm gonna let this cook. I'm gonna let the two Samoans who want to fight at WrestleMania cook. I'm gonna let Cody's story never be a finishing probably for the next 5 years cook. I'm gonna let it all cook. Let it all stay on the stove. Let it all make sure it's well done in the middle. And the sides don't burn. Let it cook, But
unless it's mac and cheese, and you gotta have crispy corners.
Yeah, nah. Yeah, you got it. And then make sure you don't give me Velveeta mac and cheese. I want old school dripping and cheese pull. Make sure I got a cheese pull.
Oh, I got mac and cheese in there. I made mac and cheese this week.
I'm getting over the bridge. Anyway, I'm coming over the bridge.
Because we're supposed to have this potluck for how long now?
Listen, Mania season coming up. Somebody gonna get a hotel
with my birthday. I could probably have another get together at the house.
You could.
There'd be a lot of y'all niggas in here. I ain't got time.
That brings me an excuse to bring like 4 bottles of champagne because you know how I do. I'm crazy. Yeah, I'm crazy.
Yeah, we'll
XP.
figure it out.
It's got to be a wine that everybody gonna drink and a champagne that you might have to hide in the cabinet. So that's how I mean, let's see what happens.
Ain't no
You
hiding it in the cabinet. I'm just
we
letting you
gonna
know.
talk.
Yeah,
You say no hide in the cabinet. We gonna talk, but want to get into you know what? I think it could be Bo Dallas. I hope it is Bo Dallas because I think the Uncle Howdy segment was really good. I want to see how he does though. If it's a wrestler, I want to see how that goes. I think that'll be interesting.
Yeah, I think so too. I feel like, and being that we haven't seen Bo Dallas in a really long time,
Mm-hmm.
and given his brother not being here anymore and stuff like that, it will be a breath of fresh air to see him in a different element. Because the last time we saw Bo Dallas, it wasn't Bo Leave. He was with, who was he
It
with?
was him, Curtis
Curtis
Axel,
Axel.
and they were in a faction with somebody else. I can't remember who they were in a faction with.
Yeah, in the faction with somebody else, and I can't. I think it was it? Damn, I can't remember. Y'all let us know in the comments. But yeah, it'll be good to see him in a different light.
So we're going to go right into the recap of Vengeance Day. I call it the darkest day in Black History Month, obviously, because everything was going on. Listen, we was losing. I don't know why they decided to do us like that, but that's how I felt. I felt attacked. Like, I know Ava's the GM, but Sean, I think it's because we took the crowd off of him and gave it to Cody as King of the Negroes. I don't know. I think that's what could have possibly happened. I'm just you going to face palm a lot. Like at the listen, he was the king. He was invited to the cookout, and then what's the name? Oh yeah. Oh hey Josh, thank you, Gersh, Mister. Thank you to the chat. Yes, they were called the Outcasts. I think it was him and one other person though. Him, Chris Axel, and one other person. I can't remember. They were kind of like 3-man banding it for a while.
Was it like it wasn't Jack Swagger? It wasn't Jack Swagger.
No, they were like it wasn't Jack Swagger because I think Jack Swagger was gone at the time. It was somebody else. If it was one more person, just let me know because I don't remember.
Let me see. Let me check the Googling.
Okay. You want to check Google real quick. Don't be afraid to react to the Vengeance Day PLE. If you haven't watched Vengeance Day, yes, I'm doing a plug for WWE Pro Bono. It is on Peacock. The replay is up. Every moment, every highlight from Clarksville, Tennessee. And shout out Dickie Booski's not in my chat, but she definitely in the building. It looked like a pretty good crowd. It looked like your typical fan. So it was Bo Dallas, Adam Rose, and Curtis Axel. And Heath Slater. Oh yeah, was that where the I got kids thing started?
Or Heath Slater?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think so.
And everybody kept saying, he got kids.
He got kids. And then they brought his kids from.
They brought his kids, yeah. He got kids. He said what he said.
He said I gotta feed the kids. Don't put me in catering to get fed. I gotta feed my kids.
Right.
That was that was good segmenting. I think that was when in the era where they were letting people cook their own like segments or whatever. I like that era too. So it wasn't a bad time at that time. It wasn't as slow.
Yeah, my sound was about to be lit because
oh yeah, it was right after everybody got drafted but him.
Yeah, my sound off about to be lit, and I'm about to literally go to fuck off now after this headline I'm reading.
You can read it out while we get into it.
The View host says Jay-Z's Grammy speech took away from Taylor Swift's historic win.
Never mind, forget that I told you to read that headline.
Which View host said this so that I know who to come after?
Just don't touch Sunny. I love Sunny. I met her in real life. She's a gold. I think it was one of them.
Sunny is one of us.
Yes, I love her. That's crazy. Like, why would you think? Child, I thought that Taylor Swift fans were crazy. We beat them today. I'm sorry. They were quiet. They were on mute today. Even
because they also calling her out for being disrespectful to Celine Dion.
And let me tell you real quick before we get into predictions, you disrespect the beautiful siren that came out of the waters in slim and gold to deliver My Heart Will Go On, Celine Dion, like that. We're not cool. She's Taurus. She ain't one of us. We would never.
Ever.
As a Taurus, we would never.
ever in life.
Not a Pisces, not a Scorpio, not a Taurus. No one would ever disrespect. Not even a Capricorn.
Not a Cancer. And Capricorns be the most disrespectful. I love all my
You would
Capricorns though.
never. You would never. You would never. You give disrespect to the woman who braids the winds during It's All Coming Back to Me as her memories of her love was coming back to her, Celine Dion. How dare you, Taylor?
And that's
I know you.
saying
I know
they
you. I know you love struck. I know the NFL is treating you like a princess, but sis, get it together. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say about that. And without further ado, we're gonna get right into predictions. First things first. It was the most bangiest of banging openers I've seen happen in a very long time. And it was, of course, to end the tradition that ends at all NXT pay-per-views, and that was the end. I'm not as good as Justin as impressions, so I'm not going to do it. The Dusty Rose, because the American Dream came up a few years ago. We're actually 9 years to the date, actually, that the Dusty Classic was created.
yeah.
And it wouldn't be. I felt like, and then when I looked at the history of it, it was great that it ended on a note that it did, because it gave a reason as to why this person returns to NXT. It gave a validation as to, even though he was once the top dog, he wasn't the top dog for a while, but now he is the top dog at NXT. We're talking about the end of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic with Braun Breaker and Baron Corbin going up against Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams for the end of the cup. And as you know, they took home the gold. Your new Dusty Rhodes Classic Tag Team Champions are my guys on the left. It is Braun Breaker and Baron Corbin. They are your new champions. And I feel like this was the best opener out of that whole entire thing. It blew me. Like it was the best opener
I
that they
agree.
could have possibly done.
I definitely agree. Like and nothing when it comes to NXT, the only thing that would surprise me is if anything was bad. For me, nothing ever comes off as bad with NXT. Especially from somebody who didn't watch it from like inception, because I'm just like, what the hell is NXT? But then once I was sold, of course, on the Bayley Sasha Banks match takeover in Brooklyn. After that, nothing ever steered me wrong with NXT. So that tag team match in the beginning, it's gold. Like something you could rewatch over and over and over again. It's definitely cemented in the classics. Definitely something you could watch, tell the kids to watch, the grandkids to watch, threaten the grandkids. But if you don't do what I tell you to do, I'm gonna do that to you. Like amazing.
You gonna threaten the kids, Chris? You gonna threaten the kids?
Oh, listen, it's my specialty.
But congratulations to that. And you know what's funny? You know what stuck out to me the most with this match? I feel like, and knock me if I'm wrong, it's the perfect send off for Braun Breaker. No matter who he signs off with, we know what's specific. They did say they can go for the NXT Tag Team Championship. What would be a dope ass spin though is if they went for the Unified Tag Team Championships. That would be interesting. I should have put that out there in the tweet, but people are already attacking people left and right. I ain't want that kind of sauce. But I feel like that would be a good. All in all, like I said, it was a great send off if whoever Braun Breaker decides, because he's the hottest free agent since AJ Styles was disappearingly the free agent. So it can go either way. And then for Baron Corbin, I didn't realize that it was a redemption arc for him because he didn't get a chance to win. The first year he went when he was Rhino's tag team partner, he didn't get a chance to win. Damn, I didn't realize that until I watched it. Huh?
I forgot that.
Me too. A lot of people did. And I was like, when I heard Vic, and shout out to Vic, Vic, protect Vic Joseph at all costs. He had to deal with Wayne Barrett again, who Wayne Barrett didn't disappoint. As we all said, Booker T was out. he's having surgery. He'll be out of NXT for a while.
See ya.
So they the North remembers, y'all. I'm sorry. The North remembers. So Mr. Wade Barrett is back in your fold as on the commentary table. So they brought him back, and what the one thing that Wade Barrett brought up was that, listen, sometimes you got to go back to the beginning to get back everything you want and find out what's going on. And he's right, because
come on, Preacher Wade.
Huh?
I said,
yeah, like
you
gotta get back in there, you gotta redeem yourself, and he didn't redeem. Like even the whole we make fun. Listen, they the Wolf Dogs. The mama naming the Wolf Dogs. I'm gonna call them the Wolf Dogs. They was the Wolf Dogs. Even when it came down to the end of it, when they came into the arena, they dressed like they were in Nashville. So they came Nashville out. They was outside Nashville. They came looking like two Tennessee Cowboys. They looked like they belong on the set of what's that show with this is a show that everybody's obsessed with now. It's on Peacock. Yellowstone.
I know you're talking about Yellowstone.
They came looking like that, and I was just like, you know what? I like it. Like the Wolf Dogs got along. Like it gave, and like I said, one thing I give this credit for, it finally gave Braun some personality, which I felt like whether he turned heel or face, for some reason they always want to make him struggle when it comes to his personality. Like I look back at 2.0 in the beginning, and he was so baby faced, like he was so fresh faced. He had his daddy colored like Unirolls on and onesie on, and he was sitting there like fresh and ready for a match. But then when he got in the ring, it was kind of like a hypnotic bell, and he would just snap. That's what it gave me in this match, and it was a very high octane match with Carmelo and Trick, and I wanted to see how winded the Wolf Dogs would get out of working with those two, because even them, they were like, Trick is getting better at being like a high performer, and Carmelo, Carmelo's Carmelo. Like Carmelo going high perform every time, show up, show out. But this match, it proved this comment right here. Hey. Oh wow, I haven't seen this person in a long time. Sorry. He was in his bag.
Always.
He was in his bag.
And I agree with Arnold, for real. He is always in his bag. Like it's just like when Triple H said in one of his interviews, it's like the inmates are running the asylum, because who would have thought that two degenerates would literally be the head of the companies and literally running it to where it's just like you are on your toes to see who's coming out, to see what fight is going to be like number one, having a difficulty of choosing, to be talking about these matches 2, 3, 4 days afterwards. Like we're in the best time of wrestling right now. So yes, Shawn Michaels in his back, HBK, kudos to you.
Kudos to you, honey. And even though and like I said, such a heel, they did like the 2 motorcycle thing. Even that, like, I don't know if it was on purpose, because Corbin looked entertained by it, but Braun, you could have put on a leather jacket to be on that coat. Like you was on a Harley, honey. Put on the jacket. You have a jacket that literally says Braun Break. Why you ain't put it on, honey? Why you ain't like the ball missing?
Pablo, he had to read with his finger to find the jacket that says Braun Baker.
Why y'all do that to him? The man is a college graduate, D1 athlete.
He's a college graduate and a athlete does not mean. Oh, thank you. I ain't right. Thank you.
You're right. Because I know some.
We got to get Pablo on here, because I'm just so.
You're right. That doesn't mean smarts.
Doesn't mean smarts.
You know what? I think Baron Corbin he has until Stand Deliver in him. I think if the cards are playing the way they're playing, if Braun's gonna do double duty, because he took both contracts on SmackDown and Raw, he didn't sign anything, so he just took the contracts just to have them. I don't know if they have
he ended up on Raw last night.
Right, but he took that contract home with him. He didn't sign anything
because he got to read. I blame Pablo. I am sorry. It's going to take him a while to read through the entire contract.
Okay, so here's my thing, and I'd be laughing at Sean when y'all talk about that. Maybe it's that he can't read. Maybe he just doesn't have. People don't have good social skills. There's the word. His social skills need growing. I don't think he has this, because even when I watch his interviews, he did an interview with WWE India. Like they were like trying to get Duwale rolling and all that stuff. Like, he just seems like somebody who doesn't have an external personality that well. The perfect example would be him being on Sheamus's workout show on YouTube. So look at that. Like, he has this little spark of personality, but it's not all there yet. And some people can like I want to say brain skill, but they don't have good social skills. I know somebody, like, for example, I have a friend, she's a genius. She could do mental math in 2 seconds. But when it comes to learning how to talk at a bar, it's like watching teeth pull. And I love her to death. And I tell her that all the time. Like, maybe she doesn't have good social skills, and she admits that. She's like, yeah, I don't know how to talk to people. Maybe that's him. And it's just coming off as slow.
Hey, Dylan. Okay. I mean, he still does look like the type of person who would read with their fingers. But that's not saying you can't read. It's just saying that you're very precise and you're taking your time.
And you know, it's funny because when the Wolf Dogs thing happened, it was a stupid name, but I look at it as like, I've never seen Braun have this good of a personality or get this good of a segment. Because even when he's trying to be a bad guy, he's trying to read a promo. Like, why are you talking so slow? Like, I don't get it. Like, just talk. Like, why are you struggling to tell people that you don't give a goddamn about what they think? I'm gonna put up Dylan's comment in a second because I know somebody who's like this. But like, when he was like, he was so serious and he was like, the Wolf Dogs. And then he was like, literally, he was literally like, he was like, what did you just call us? Like, he had to look, he was like, the Wolf Dogs are on a hunt. He looked so excited. And then Baron was like,
that's probably the first good idea he came up with, like, mad years. So,
why
you know,
y'all coming so hard for this young man? I don't get He was like, the Wolf Dogs are on the hunt.
Have to read that with his finger. It was like a light bulb.
And he was like,
Wolf Dogs.
Wolf Dogs. Yeah. And then what was the other one? The other one was Wild Boar. But
it was the part that he was thinking about it in the shower. And Corbin was thinking about me in the shower?
Because he wasn't, like, I always tell my friends to think before, I always tell my associates to think before they talk, because some of the stuff they say, they didn't think about it in their brain before they let it go. And he wasn't thinking before he spoke. He was like, I was in the shower, and just started acting like he was showering himself. Why are you doing that?
I understand. Because a lot of your thoughts, your best, I promise you, a lot of my ideas for those wrestling girls, even for my other brand, Unapologetic Eclectic, comes when I'm in the shower. Literally, I will literally, and P is my witness, I will literally come out the shower and text her, be like, hey, I think we should do this, that, and third, whatever I'm putting in the note. She'd be like, oh, that's really dope. It comes from the shower. Like, that's your moment to think, to get some clarity. And sometimes your best ideas come from in the shower. So kudos to Braun on that. He didn't have to use his finger. Kudos to Braun on that part.
So you're saying to my public that you think of P in the shower?
I think of my brand in the shower.
Okay.
I think of
you think that's what he was trying to say?
Money in the shower.
I think
of ways to elevate my income in the shower.
Now that I think about it, I also think of ways to make money in the shower.
Exactly. And that's when your ideas come and start to circulate.
I actually got out of the shower, and then P texted me, and I thought about doing this show. If that counts.
See? It counts.
It was after the shower.
But it counts. It counts.
Let's see. Dylan says he thinks about editing videos and gifts in the shower.
Your best ideas come in the shower. There's no way it doesn't.
Your best ideas come in the shower.
That's it. Your best ideas come shower. Because your shower is like, you release everything. Your tears, all the dirt and sweat from the night before. Like, it's like a release. So once you release, you think clearly. And that's when, like, your best ideas, it comes in the shower. You manifest in the shower too. That's a fact.
Let's see. Does Braun have the better spirit of Roman? Oh, listen to me very quickly, y'all. And hopefully the guys at 4 sides of the ring get to attend, stand, deliver. Until you have sat far beyond the graves of the ring of the floor, and you can hear the thud this man makes whenever his spears hit. I haven't heard it with Roman. I'm gonna say it that way. It ain't the top best, but I feel
It's
bad for
not
anybody
hidden
who has
for
to.
real.
It's car crash. It's on car crash level.
Yeah, he did. I
Like,
think Braun did Braun do a spare rumble? I believe he did a spare rumble.
and you can hear it.
Oof, chat.
And you can hear it.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
and I hope Keith's still in the chat. He better still be in his chat. But he'll tell you when he came out and he bounced the when you can hear this man run the ropes. He runs that rope so fast. The first spear happened like he never came into the ring. You can hear it, y'all. So as far as Roman, yeah, listen, there we go. That's the
Now
star
we
comment
see
right there. Look,
it.
there you go, right freaking there. He will have you. You will be on the ancestry plane looking for T'Challa and Kachala, looking for the ancestors. Child,
That's
you
a
have
fact.
to. You will
Yeah.
hear it.
Yeah. Yeah. You can
Love
hear it.
Roman, acknowledge my tribal chief all day, every day. But I ain't never hear somebody hit the mat the way they hit the mat with a Braun Breaker spear. It is wild.
It's better than Edge's spear, but anyone has a spear better than Edge.
Come on,
Oh,
Dylan. Come on, Dylan. I don't know.
I'm leaving that one alone. This is your
You
show.
leaving that.
I'm just here.
Well, you already know how I feel about Adam, so
Yeah.
I'm done.
And I have you out there screaming like Mufasa.
Brother,
Help me.
Real quick, Dylan, don't. My sister is a teacher now, but 6 years ago, she thought Belgium was a brand of chocolate. Listen, like I said, book smart doesn't mean street smart. Use that as GFI. Book smart doesn't mean
So
street smart.
wild. That is so wild. No.
Moving on, we're gonna go to the next match. Speaking of crazy and street smart, we're gonna move on to a match that I felt like for a no DQ match, it gave me sentiments of like if Mick Foley had put his soul into Joe Gacy and just decided to wreak havoc at NXT. So I'm going to be talking about Dijak versus Joe Gacy, and Dijak did win the match by pinfall on a no disqualification match. But it wouldn't go without a little chaos. You saw a lot of things happen. Like Dijak just seemed annoyed that Joe Gacy was his way, and Joe Gacy was out there like, let's just come and have fun. I'm here to have fun. I'm here to ruin your life, and it's going to be fun for me because it was a lot. Child, there was a part in there where he was trying to lay out some little action figures one by one because it was a crate of little Legos and stuff, and he was trying to lay them shits out one by one on a set up table outside the ring to drop Dijak through, and he was kicking Dijak. I wish I could find a picture. Like he was literally, and I kid you not, setting them shits up like he was about to play with them, and then after a while was like fuck it and dumps the entire bucket of Legos onto the table. If that's not some Mick Foley type shit, I don't know what else is.
Yep.
I thought this match was gonna be entertaining for the night, and it was. Especially you can see in this picture that Dijak is trying to rip tape off of his eyeballs. Yeah, Joe Gacy taped his eyeballs with duct tape.
That's duct tape.
That's duct tape. And it was funny because, and I give Dijak the impressiveness overall. Like Dijak was able to land his one of his finishing moves on him, and then went for a pin because Joe Gacy had got out of the way. He couldn't see with the duct tape on his face. He missed the pin.
My thing is that Joe Gacy, I mean, in pure WWE form and fashion, me thinking about Attitude Era or whatever, I'm just like, did they name him Joe Gacy because they felt like he resembled John Wayne Gacy, the serial killer?
I think so.
Yeah, it's kind of, so I can see like where the creepiness comes in at.
Mm-hmm.
And like especially with that match and how like he was just all giddy and happy and just like oh yeah, slap me again for like he was trying to get like an erotic arousal or something from it.
Yo, it was so. Let me go back to it real quick. You see how Dijak is kicking a garbage can all the way on the left hand side?
Mm-hmm.
There was one point where he kept sitting up to get kicked.
Yeah. Yeah, that. Yo, that. With Justin, I'm so Justin put in the notes. I'm so Justin put in the notes.
Yeah, the Green Army men. He had Green Army men set up on the table and he was setting them up like literally one by one and was like, I'm gonna put you through a table. I'm like, what are you doing? Like in the middle of a match? Like, dude, like what are you doing? He does need a new theme because he's not a part of Skids, but I get the theme kind of goes. Yeah, but the theme kind of goes along with his psychoticness. So I think they should keep the theme. I liked how they changed his background, like his entrance. I like how they changed to it being one of the masks because they try to make him, and I get it, a lot of people miss GCW him, but GCW him is gone. He don't need to be GCW him. He doesn't. We don't need that.
I don't need nobody to be nobody's GCW nothing. I'm triggered and I am scarred.
Chris is charged.
No.
Chris, you ain't coming to for the culture.
Listen, as long as there's no death match, I am.
Oh yeah, we're done. We done with death matches.
Like that's my first. I mean, I've been to for the culture, but that death match, I'm just like, yeah, it's gonna be all right. I'm good.
No, it was a lot. It was a lot.
That's like the first and only time I ever let Math yell at me.
What did he yell at you for?
Because Mimi left and P left. So he was like, go ahead, Krista B, take your ass on out of here. I'm like, I'm good. And
so it was your first death match?
It was my first and last.
I'm sorry, baby.
Okay.
I should have, you know what is funny? If I didn't know y'all were going, I would have warned you, like Krista. I'm telling you here right now. I would have, you know what? I wouldn't even warned you. I would have sent you a Nick Cage match and be like, this is what you're walking into. You make your choice. Because unless you've seen it, when I saw my first Nick Cage match, I was like,
and Nick Gage is fucking.
Yeah, I would have just sent you a Nick Gage match.
It was the pizza cutter for me. And Dark Side of the Ring, we had the pizza cutter. I don't know who mouth.
No, I went to a death match of his where he fought Homicide and ate a light bulb girl. He chewed a T5 tube light bulb.
Nick Gage is gonna kill himself.
He's already gotten like mass surgeries, punctured his kidney. Watch that episode of Dark Side of the Ring.
I was gonna say, wait a minute, what? My heart literally stopped for 2 seconds. I promise you.
This is YouTube. I can't say that. He literally like he's already on a last leg. How he's still wrestling to this day, I don't know. He's on borrowed time probably. Somebody make me a shirt if they want to.
Should Dijak be on the same caliber as Drew McIntyre? If it's a heel, yes.
You think so?
Absolutely. Like they could be heel tag team. Like I can see them as a tag team heel. Absolutely. Because this direction that Drew's going in right now, yes, absolutely. I can see
they? That's an interesting question.
I can see. Should Dijak and Joe Gacy become? It would be like a Rock and Sock connection for me tag team.
It would. You know, it's funny because Our Fire and Issa Dawn, a lot of people thought they should have been a tag team, and then they became a tag team, and it worked out.
But they're also like the same in a sense. Like they're different, but they're the same. These two would be definitely polar opposites, like Rock and Mankind were. They were polar opposites, but they were two tough SOBs. So, or even it'll be like a Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens type situation.
I think no, I like that. That makes a lot more sense. Well, somebody disagrees with it, said Drew isn't Dijak isn't on Drew's level because Drew had to grow into his pettiness. Like and as much as I hate his ass, he done pissed me off Monday by doing what he did. This is the level of pettiness that Drew.
Oh, you mean the shirt that I'm ordering?
Yeah. You lucky I love you, and it's your birthday coming up. You
can
order it. No, you can order it.
I do want to order that shirt because it's. Sorry, the neighbors are upstairs. Like,
okay,
if they fall through my ceiling, like, what the fuck?
I was about to be like, girl, you need me to come over, girl? Grab the shake.
The neighbors was upstairs. Like, what are y'all doing?
You need
But
to
I
kick in
do
the
like
doorways
the
in the
shirt.
fofo.
I do like the shirt, and I do like the fact that it shows a different side of Drew McIntyre. If y'all know me, y'all know I hate a whiny ass wrestler. I hate a whiny ass wrestler. This is why I don't like The Miz. This is why I can't stand him. He whines and bitch and moan too much. Well, at least not now. Then, yeah, now not so much. But for Drew McIntyre to literally, we don't speak of Chris Jericho. You are absolutely right. But Chris Jericho, what I will say about Chris Jericho, before AEW days, when he was still in WWE and doing what he needed to do, I was definitely a fan. So I can't take away what he's done in the past in WWE. That's
He's
where I would
definitely a
talk.
goat.
That's where I would talk. The furthest I would talk about him at his last run in WWE and all of that. Anything afterwards, you can miss me with it. But Drew is being petty, and I love the fact that he's carrying his petty out. Like the video I sent y'all, where he was just like, "You can't miss tricep day. You got to work on your triceps while playing."
That's, you know what though, that's smart on his part. I will give him that. And then on top of that, how long does a tricep take to heal?
Almost a year. And him playing Meek Mill Dreaming Nightmares. Hello, Meek Mill is from Philly. Hello, what if Drew McIntyre get Meek Mill to be performing at WrestleMania for his entrance at Philly? Hello, like shitting me. I prayed for this to happen. What's the beginning of Meek Mill's Dream Nightmares?
I used to pray for times like this. Around this.
Hello, shit me. Listen, let me write. Let me. WWE be on a whole nother level if they hire me. Whole nother level, in a good way.
You know,
and
it's
I'll be
funny.
sitting here debt free, rolling in
No,
dough.
Dylan, he's in the box, and he's in the box.
Who's in the box?
TK.
Absolutely, TK's in the box.
This is not fan club. This is my show. I have my own box. P and Chris have allowed it. He's in the box.
Tony Khan. See, we got to be specific because we lost Toby Keith today. Tony Khan TK is in a box. Toby Keith, rest in peace.
Box. I prayed for this to happen. Yo, you know what? And I give it credit, even though he disrespected my boy. That was genius.
That was so good.
It was genius. He literally walked out there like he was going to be sympathetic and then snap right. He did a CM Punk like
Your brother didn't know Toby Keith died today?
Oh, Peter doesn't watch the news, so I don't think he knew.
I didn't watch the news either. It popped up on my phone. It's been trending on
Yeah,
Twitter.
Peter, Toby Keith passed away today.
Toby Keith passed away today, Peter.
He said, "What you mean?" Sorry, Peter.
Toby Keith, sorry.
He probably about to text me. He's like, "Hey, yo," because Peter's a musician, so he's always gonna.
Oh, he said, "Damn." Okay.
Yeah, Peter's a musician, so he has an appreciation for anybody who's iconic.
Yeah. Scott is psychopath is psychopathian. Yep.
Put that on a shirt.
That's it right back yet, but we know he gonna put it in the notes.
Well, shout out to Black Wrestling. They're hosting Turnbuckle Talk right about now. So he'll probably get back to us after he's done listening to rants and games about this host. Because I know if you ain't here, you better at least be there because I know they're going off the mess tone up in there. Like I have to listen on mute, but I know they're going on in mess tone format. So if you ain't listening to us, listen to them because they be having the wisdom dropped on there early. So we're gonna go into the next match. Obviously, I was looking forward to this match. I knew it was gonna be kind of your breakout match of the night, but we had two street turf families fighting to see who's on top of the game on the streets. And when the smoke was clear and the block was clear, it ended up being the Don of NXT and his family, his Corleones, his Paisans ruling over OTM. So the result for the D'Angelo family, which is Tony D'Angelo, Shane Stacks, Lorenzo, and Adriana Rizzo, going up against Out the Mud, which is Lucian Price, Bronco Nemo, who I'm obsessed with them now. Oh my God. We're going to get into that. And with Jada Parker. With scripts on their ends, and they lost, and the D'Angelo family won. But I have a little bit of grievance with this match because scripts, what you doing ringside if you ain't right. I love you. You my dude. Why what you there for if you ain't there to cheat? What you
Right.
there for?
Like if you like, why you sitting there looking pretty?
He was looking crisp.
Looking real pretty.
His
Like
baseball,
what?
I give him that. He was looking crisp, but your team in it, you got an equalizer, which is
Yeah.
Jada Parker. But and then the D'Angelo family said, "All right, an equalizer. We're gonna teach Aria we're gonna teach her how to wrestle. We're gonna give her some gear." And her gear was cute. Both their gears were cute. They was slaying.
Jada Parker may be a cousin because my mama side, we're all Parkers on that side. So we just gonna add
Really.
her to the we're gonna add Jada Parker to the family on this side.
And
Come
I
on,
liked
Jada.
what I loved in the match was I liked Jada's "I don't care who you are, I'm gonna step to you" attitude, because she stepped to Tony and she was like, "What you finna do?" Like before he called Raza over to do what she does best. Because who you gonna call when a chick is stepping to your face? Rizzo,
Ghostbusters.
huh?
Ghostbusters.
I'm done with you.
Mm.
Oh, dead. You said Ghostbusters. So literally, like, it was a good showcase. Like, I don't know, guys. Lucian and Bronco, they might end up being your next tag team champions.
Yeah.
After
Yeah.
this, they took,
Yeah.
and what I liked was, and what I didn't also like was that Shannon Stacks had to take most of the beating, but I get it because they want to make Tony D'Angelo look good again. But Lucian and Bronco really dominated most of the match.
Yeah.
Like a
And mind you, I
lot of
was
the
watching
match.
this while I was watching the Grammys, and I'm still paying attention. So absolutely, I believe it. Yep. They
They
definitely did dominate most of the match, but at the same time, they're still fairly newer compared to the D'Angelo family, and they had to find a way to redeem themselves. So why not do it at Vengeance? But I'm sure this story, this right here, is not over. It is
oh,
not over
oh,
at
absolutely
all.
not. Because even when you consider the fact that now they have a female, it gives more. And what I said I always liked about the storyline was that this is one of the first storylines where they gave women the focus on why they're important in the faction. And I like that they did that for Rizzo, and I like they did that for Parker. Like, I think that's one of the best things you could do when you're trying to build the character, because they walked out like this is not over. Even
Right.
when how OTM came out was like, we're here, we're putting you guys on notice, we're putting this brand on notice. So if anybody want to come and step to us, just know we got reinforcements. Yes, it's sad they lost. I didn't like the fact they lost. I felt like the D'Angelo family, like you said, this is a way for everybody to be reminded of the D'Angelo family. Even if this had just been a tag team matchup without the girls being involved, they would have been involved some way, and I felt like they still would have gave it to Lorenzo and Stacks. But it leaves more of a breeding for Stand Deliver, because you never know what's gonna happen with Stand Deliver.
That's true. And
I
I
feel
think I
like
might
this is the
go to
perfect
Stand
build.
Deliver now, to be honest with you.
Girl, you gotta come. It's a good time. Like
I mean, I know it's a good time, but at the same time,
it's
there's
early.
interviews and stuff that got to get done. So while you're
Mm-hmm.
asking to deliver, that's why I missed it. Because if I'm not doing an interview, we're doing something else wrestling wise. That's not, But I might have to come and stand and deliver because I want to see where this goes. I want to see where this goes. I want to see where Trick and Mello goes because I know Trick and Mello has to hit at stand and deliver.
It's
No way
going.
that they can't.
Like, if it's not like an ambulance match or something, I'm gonna be like, Sean, what are you doing? Like, we're dropping the ball here.
But see, they can't do that yet. They can't do that yet until we're on Netflix. So like all of like the blood and stuff. Like even with Cody and Shinsuke's bull rope match, I tweeted, I said, this bull rope match really going to hit.
Let me tell you something. That bull rose that match was BS. It hit much better at Madison Square Garden than it did there. You got to be at Madison Square Garden. The one at Madison Square Garden was good. I don't know what that prep was last night.
It was on network television to where they have to censor
Excuses.
their things. You
The
understand? Like
kids are in
Attitude
bed
Era.
past
If
10
they would have
o'clock.
had a bull rope match on the Attitude Era, child, I still be fuck the I Quit match. I'll be having nightmares from that shit.
A lot of people in the comments are like me. They like Miss Parker. Yes, I agree, Dylan. OTM should have won, hands down. But I get what they're trying to do. I get that if they had let them win, either way, if they win or loss right now, Out the Mud is already put them on notice. Is gonna build towards Stand Deliver, or it's gonna build into Roadblock. Either way, I feel like Out the Mud, our future tag teams, are one of the future tag team champions. I know when I talked about Oba Femi, who we're gonna get into now, I say they're the only two that can probably size themselves up with Oba Femi, because even looking at how powerful they were in that match, they like it was really looking like they were gonna win. Josh looking at Miss Parker. Everybody's looking at Miss Parker. Hey, Miss Parker.
Hey, Miss Parker.
Hey, Miss Parker.
Out the mud.
Yeah.
Friday came out because she kept her last name Miss Parker. When I changed mine to Brian to our daddy last name. Oh, she used to hate that. She used to hate that. He was like, "Hey, Miss Parker."
A lot of people agree. Same thing. Like Out the Mud they should have won. OTM should have won. I stand by it. They don't need scripts. Then they have Jada Parker. That I'm not gonna say, because Scripps is making deals that Out the Mud is gonna need, and that's what I need y'all to watch out for. Don't think that this loss just means they're at the bottom of the totem pole. No, because there's not a lot of tag teams right now that are focused on the tag team division. Like, I know they're trying to probably build up Malik and Idris now because of how great they were during the breakout tournament, but they're out. OTM is more focused on the tag team championships than any other tag team in that division right now. Like, even they put Axiom and Nathan Frazier together, that's going to do absolutely nothing until they get another. And then the only other team that I think will be focused on it is Hank and Tank. I like them, but they're back on Level Up for now because they need to improve with the No Quarter Catch crew, and them too. Those are the only teams that are left, but they are not all focused on the gold. They're all focused on developing themselves and getting their names out on NXT and being better. So if it's not Malik and Idris, because Malik and Idris have been the tag team longer than Out the Mud, it's Out the Mud that's focused on getting those belts. And Scripps is going to play a powerful name into it because he's a person that's going to sit there and make deals with Ava, who's going to get the job done, is getting the name out there, who's going to make sure that if they even have to clean the locker room, he's going to set it up so that happens. So Scripps, I don't want people to count Scripps out just because I say he ain't do enough. It was the first PLE they had. He probably wasn't scripted do enough, but trust me, keep an eye on him. He's like, Miss Jade is there to make sure that the women don't get involved. But
I agree with Dylan too.
Yeah. She too, she was real close to giving what's the name of run for her, like giving her a stack for her money. Because even that booty drop finisher she be doing, I'm like, that shit hurt. That's your rib cage, child. That's your rib cage.
That's a fact. So you want to get into the next one?
Yes, I think I think this might happen. I think this might even happen at Roadblock. Because Roadblock is March 5th.
Oh, okay, yeah. I need, if it comes to a street fight, if it comes to a death match, no, we don't do death matches in WWE. If it comes to a bull rope match, if it comes to a no holds bar, I need it to be a 1980s, 1990s styles match. Like, don't put these names on it. Excuse me. Don't put these names on it if you're not going to deliver and literally give us a street fight. Literally give us a brawl.
Give us a street fight.
Give us a street fight to where there is blood, to where there is literally you throwing everything, including the kitchen sink, the stove, the racks that's in the stove, because you know they still be warm, the burners, everything. Like, don't say street fight, don't say this and that if you're not giving us that, because it literally takes away from the match, because you're hoping to see one thing and then you don't.
You're right.
But with NXT, I really feel like it will be different because NXT has more free reign than WWE, SmackDown, and Raw.
I'm waiting for it. I need it. Krista. What if Scripps goes for the Heritage Cup? See, that's why I'm telling you, don't count my boy out. Don't count him out. Because it's 4-on-4. Don't count him out. Don't count him out. And I told y'all, Jada got the moves to back up her mouth. If she touches, I love it here. I'm so glad.
Right, I love it here. It's the best.
Dylan, you are the MVP. You are up next in this season episode. I don't care what anyone thinks, because that just, Look at that.
That's amazing. Dylan, sidebar, we're still waiting on our gifts from Sound Off last week. Just saying. Pablo's really wanting their gift from what you said he's gonna make the gift out of. I can't remember right now. But yeah, we're still waiting.
Come to Stand Deliver in Philly. It's a good time. It's a good time. It's like going to a high production indie show, but the crowd is just what makes it happen. It really
is.
is.
Crazy. I have yet to attend an NXT show. No, wait, I'm lying. I'm lying.
About to
My
say
first NXT show was when Bianca Belair was heel, and it was a triple threat. It was her, I think it was Miriam, and somebody else. So I went.
That was Brooklyn, right? Wasn't that the last stand?
That was in Brooklyn. That was Brooklyn. WrestleMania 35.
Mm-hmm. That was a good match too. That made me a fan of Bianca Belair.
And I remember sending her the picture. She's like, "Oh my god, I was healed then."
And she used to have that. What attracted me? She had that purple lipstick with the glitter on. I said, "Girl, you doing that?" And she used to smack her gum like this and roll her eyes and twist the ponytail. Come on, sis. Come on. Okay. She another one. If she turned heel, all the girls would cry. She would. If she turned heel, I don't think she'll ever be heel though. But she would be a good heel. She was a good attitude heel.
I think she could be a tweener.
I think so.
She would be a great tweener. Like her being a tweener. Like when she made, I need a picture of that. I need a picture of when she held that belt up and she had that attitude on her face right before she faced Asuka at WrestleMania last year.
Oh yeah.
I need that picture. I need to frame it and add it onto this wall somewhere. Onto this wall. Because
you need it.
No way.
Somebody get Chris to that picture. Framed in the wall.
Frame that one, and when Bianca and Jade have Becky and Liv Morgan up. Like I did not take my phone out in time to record that part, but I did catch them staring off at each other. So I just need that. I need them two pictures, and I'll be added right to the wall. Okay, strictly for the culture. If you're here, to the wall.
Let's get it. So real quick, we're gonna get into this match. A lot of people thought it was that I want to call like a squash match, but it actually held up pretty own. It did what it was supposed to do. It put more eyes on what Obafemi could do in the ring, and of course, I'm talking about him defending his North American Championship against the person he took it from, which is Dragon Lee. But of course, the new ruler of NXT decided that not today at all. But he didn't go down. It didn't happen without a bit of a fight. I think Dragon Lee definitely put on better offense this time. Yeah, Tribal Zoe agrees with me. He definitely put on more of an offense in this match than he had before, because he knew he was going up against somebody bigger. So there was some moments where it looked like it took a lot. I'm going to do everything I can to take Obafemi down. But like, come on, bro. Like, who are we kidding here? Have y'all looked at this man?
Like, right. It's like, that's really a David and Goliath story right here. David and Goliath match.
That's what it's giving.
I see Gresham's thing. He said the takeover match with Bianca was a 4-way versus Io, Mia, and Kyrie, but it was Shayna, Kyrie, and Io. Yes, Mia was already, I think Mia was already on her way out, if I'm not mistaken. But thank you.
Gosh.
Thank you, Gresh. But for me, like, I watched this match, and then it was just like, Dragon Lee is amazing. Like, I'm never taking away from Dragon Lee. He's super amazing, super talented. And then Obafemi is just like so strong and so built. And it's just like, this match will have you at the ends of your toes, because this could have been an upset.
It really could have been. And you know what's crazy? If Dragon Lee had won, that would have been a good of a story, because it would have been Obafemi basically being as relentless as he possibly can to get back what he feels like he's earned, because he feels like he earns everything. Like, that's the dialect he gives in his promos. Like, I earned this. Like, I earned, which is right. I earned this North American Championship. I earned the breakout tournament. Like, I came here in a short time, but I literally earned, even before I came here, I earned my spot in the SEC. I earned everything I have. You're not going to take it away from me. I'm going to crush to dust, because that was his word. I will crush to dust anybody who stands in my way, and it just proves it. So even if he had lost, right? Other case scenario would have been he would have fought tooth and nail to get it back by Stand and Deliver.
Yeah, that's true. But now I was like, who would he take on at Stand and Deliver who could possibly take that belt off of him?
This is one of those scenarios where I hate for people to say, oh, they're gonna bring back somebody old to go against him. But I feel like that might be the case.
Mm-hmm.
Like they might need a star who's not doing anything on the main roster to do that. And the only other tall person that I could think of, I don't know if Noah's still here. Omos? Maybe.
I mean, Omos is bigger than Oba, but I don't know. I mean, it would give Omos like more recognition, I guess, because last time we seen Omos besides Rumble was when. Up, there he is.
So, oh, Justin just put it in the notes. You put in the notes.
Sure did.
We're gonna get some merch out of this. I'm sorry. Look, there you go. Noah. Oh, Sapiens, right? I think that would be. You know what though? I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't be upset at that type of match because it would just like we'd be wondering where the hell we'd be finding these men at, and everybody was like, where the hell they found Oba Fenton to be slapping chest hard enough for you to hear from the fucking rafters? Like, where did you find that man from?
Yeah.
And true. I said this, and when Omos came out, I was like, what village did they go to find this tall ass man?
He was standing next to the tree.
He was
leaning tree. On the tree.
Nah, man. He took that tree must have tipped over.
That's what I'm saying. He was leaning on top of the tree. Like they found him. They saw him. It was like him. I want him. We need him.
Let them cook. Is Oba in a better situation than Omos was? No, Omos is Omos. Omos will always be in the best situation he's here. He's the guy that's supposed to. Guy you're supposed to be afraid of, and that's what they're setting up Oba Femi to be. So that's why I said if they would have put them as a tag team, it would be Ricochet Rampage up in here. That's what Krista said the last time. You said that Omos and him could do something. It would be madness. And I believe it 1000%. It would be some mess tone up on the stage.
Yep. We wouldn't even have a ring or a floor. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing there.
Nothing right there.
In the desert somewhere. Break ground. Let it water the desert. Break ground. Okay? Because all that other shit, non-existent with them two in the ring.
Attacking, they would never.
I mean, you had some tag teams that was big that lost. Look at Jamal and Rosie. R.I.P. to both of them. You've had who else? You had Kane and Undertaker, Brothers of Destruction. Your names is Brother of Destruction. You still lose. You're supposed to beat through everybody.
I said that. I said we wouldn't be able to see anything that tall of a caliber. We haven't seen anything like that since the Brothers of Destruction. Like imagine them two walking backstage alone.
Who fit in through the door first?
Omos has definitely been no because Omos is what 8 something, 7 something.
Yeah,
he's definitely walking. He's definitely doing through the door first. Nice guy, by the way. No shade about that, but definitely doing
Omos is on my shit list if I get my sneakers.
Oh, girl.
It's 3 years now on my shit list to get my sneakers.
Girl. Have his people contact your people, I guess. I don't know.
Listen, I'm gonna see him at Mania. But hey, get away from my sneakers.
Sir.
Get down here.
Sir. Look down.
I'm gonna make sure I have my nails nice and long too. Down here, still waiting on my sneakers. It's me.
So real quick, because NXT is starting in a little bit, we are going to go into the other two championship matches. If you want to go into it, yeah, he's 7'3", I believe. Yo, he is 7'3".
Yeah, he's 7'3". You said 8. 8 is unheard of, sis.
Girl,
I don't think anybody is 8 feet anything in this world. And if they
I hope not. Let's be real.
Hide your kids and hide your wife.
Yeah, child, because you ate something you not human. You
at
need to be
all.
ruining the world at this point. Real quick, going to go into the other women's match champions, and that is between the Flybird of NXT versus the Prodigy for a belt that she will go on and sing to the cows come home that she never lost in the first place. But it took a very interesting turn of events, which I loved. Love that it happened. Hate how it was done, but all in all, it still made for one of the best matches of the night. Of course, I am talking about Lyra Valkyria versus Roxanne Perez, and it was a good showcasing overall. It did really great. It did much better than I expected because I had a hard time with the story build for this because, like I
Yeah,
said, I felt like this was a story for somebody else, but it was a good replacement story. Um, see, Millie agrees it ruled in her opinion. We're gonna start that comment real quick. It had a hard build. It was a quick build, but it was a good build, and it was a good continue like a continued situation. It was
yeah.
good in my opinion.
It was
They
a good
sold it.
match. It was definitely a good match. I was really confused because I definitely texted her. I'm like, hold on, since when did this become a triple threat? And Justin was like, nope, go watch the Grammys. I'm not spoiling it for nobody. I'm just like,
So
one, you're
in
not gonna talk to me like that.
yeah,
Two,
Justin.
but then when I went on, I think social media, when they did the recap, they showed that, Lola cashed in her contract or whatever. And I'm just like, damn, they Baron Corbin her.
Yo,
They Baron Corbin her. For
yo,
real. Because
they really
Roxanne
did.
ended up Lyra ended up pinning Roxanne. Lola was nowhere to be found at the end. And it's just like, girl, you could have saved that. You could have saved that until when Lyra got real tired and winded, came out and did what you needed to do. Like, you put yourself in a triple threat match and then you lose your contract and an opportunity at being the NXT Women's Champion.
I understand that the whole thing was for her to be hungry for it. This made her look really dumb.
Super dumb. Super dumb. It's like, and to Dylan's point, yeah, I'm shocked Tatum Paxley didn't help Lyra neither. As
Well,
much as she's been mocking her.
homegirl super kicked her into Xfinity and beyond the first time.
Mm.
Um, but all in all, though, what I hated, I loved about this, they didn't make it a because Lola cashed in her contract and now she's there for Lyra to just quick finish the match or for Roxanne to just quick finish the match. It had longevity.
Mm-hmm.
Which is something that they struggle whenever they do. Like, Oba had no longevity, child. Who's going to longevity that? Hell no. How in the blue hell? And a lot of people were saying, oh, why didn't they win for the pin? I felt like if they had just did that to Lyra, it would have been disrespectful to Lyra because Lyra has been a pretty decent champion. She's been a pretty decent champion. I felt like it would have been even more disrespectful to Roxanne, even though it would have helped Roxanne's arc for her to build as this person that's tired of dealing with the BS. It would have built more of the angry I'm sick of all of you arc, like put some respect on my name arc. But I like how it had longevity because now you get to see like Roxanne gonna lose her shit tonight on Homegirl.
Right. She is.
And if Roxanne could have taken that pin, it would have made it better. It would have made her human because not for nothing, you get sick and tired of people always winning. Roxanne was one of them. And that's why I say in her promo, it gave the energy of she's right. Like these people will love you. And then if you do too much, they'll boo you.
Oh, Carmelo Hayes is out.
It is.
Yep, NXT is on.
All right, we're gonna put this commercial on real quick because we're done with the live. Like I said, we're done. Like it was good. Congratulations, Lyra. But I need to grab my remote. And also, I'm gonna put this clip of you calling Charlotte Edward Cullen because I think it's funny, and we're gonna be right back to talk about the main events.
And he got the chair.
I'm done. Byron Saxon's are ill. I got smoke with Byron Saxton, but that's here nor there.
Love Byron.
We gonna be right back.
When she was developing like her character and stuff like that, and how at first, going back to how hard it is following in like such big footsteps when you're, royalty, wrestling royalty, is they didn't want her to woo at first.
Yeah, they didn't.
And want her to lean too much into the flair thing. And she came out how everybody comes out or thinks that they should come out with, the whole like, so happy to be here. Kind of vibe. That's so unlike her. Like I look at these photos and I'm just like, that beautiful.
She looked like she could be a Cullen from Twilight.
Like Krista.
She's a missing Cullen at this point.
No, seriously. Like,
she's a missing Cullen, Krista.
I have to be better at life. I promise. I'm so trying. But from then until now, like, come on.
She be slaying.
I think I just got finished watching Twilight too. So it worked. It worked. Because that's exactly what she looks like.
She be slaying.
She did.
She be slaying now.
Empire term or in literal term. Like,
no.
I'm just saying.
I love you for that. You're like, do we mean literally or do we mean figuratively?
Right,
are we talking out of context? What are we talking about?
They booing the shit out of Mello. Oh, talking.
Sir. Is he walking back out?
Where is Trick?
Trick is injured. They hit him, banged his leg up from here to next Tuesday. Whoever's doing these video packages now, they eating for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Because I love it. I love this. But all in all, we're gonna go to the comment section real quick. Y'all can watch NXT with us. We're gonna ride till the wheels fall off. We're gonna ride until not Nino Brown energy. Girl, did you see this comment?
I saw it, and I give Nino Brown energy.
Right. Yeah, they really hating him, but it's working. We're gonna get into that in a quick second.
It's like who's gonna get the most boos, him or Dominic?
They're gonna start a ranking for that now, I feel. So we're gonna get into the 2-match madness, and of course I'm talking about Tricky Williams going up against the match he should have had a long time ago. We're talking about Trick Williams going up against Ilya Dragunov, who was your champion, and it set the tone for the response that is supposed to happen right now. It was a slot. That was the match that was a slobber knocker. That was a slobber knocking match. That was a match that literally, and I kid you not, it had to ignite something different in Trick that he's never worked with, and it had to ignite something in Ilya Dragunov that made him realize you on borrowed time. You on borrowed time with this championship. We know you worked very hard for it, but working hard for it can only go so far. Like, we like longevity. Well, we've proven that sometimes we don't like longevity, but at some point in time, there's a way to, I want to say, make somebody the favorite, and Ilya is slowly becoming a favorite.
Yeah, and I have to correct myself. I said that Lyra pinned Roxanne, but she ended up pinning Lola.
Because Tatum Paxton got involved and took Roxanne out the ring.
Roxanne out, yeah.
Yeah, and then when you look at this clip, their blood is all over the mat. Like, I have not seen anything this intense in a long time. Like, the whole crowd was gutted. Like,
wait, so I was watching bits and pieces of this match because I had to watch the Grammys for work. So Ilya threw Carmelo into Trick's leg already.
Yes.
The first time on the steel steps.
Right.
And Trick was already crying after he lost. So that's why Trick went after the leg again. Got
Melo. It. So
Melo, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, he was out there, and you know when it hit me, and I was very silent watching the match. I wasn't even on Twitter that much. You know what? It hit me. It hit me when these two. I can't get over these two. It hit me when I realized that Mello wasn't getting too involved, knowing how if the shoe was on the other foot, Trick would have gotten more involved than Mello did, the way he did. And then where it really hit me was literally when the match had ended and Mello had just stood there and was like, it gave I know what I have to do energy.
Mm-hmm.
It gave I know what I have to do energy. They looking like faces right now.
They all look like faces. And Bronze Tanner is not as dark.
So now he's a baby face again.
I think so.
Listen, at least he ain't vanilla no more. After that whoop dog things, I completely retract my statement. He is not vanilla. He is a nice special flavor from Van Welgen. He is a vegan ice cream. That's what he is. That's what he is. I'm sorry. Literally when and it peeped me that it was going to go down the way it went down, because after the match, Carmelo literally walked up to me. He was like, "You did good. You were good." And then he was like, "We gonna be all right. You were my boy." Well, he said you were
he
my
said
boy.
You were my boy.
He said it twice.
Yep.
And then I know what's the name was dazed and confused, but
he was also winded and fucking delusional.
So, but he's smarter than the sharpest boy, because he turned around. He said he was about to turn around and go, "Hey, yo, what?" And then that's when Carmelo struck.
Yep. I agree.
Yo, everybody thinks the same way. They're saying the close. It was the close up for me. Like he really gave you. Yeah, he really gave Nino Brown. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Now, what that means for me is more than just a Trick and Mellow match at Stand Deliver. It's more of we're separating two of the best people we have built in this brand. Because NXT has helped. Well, we already know Carmelo, formerly from the indie circuit. If you're not familiar with who Christian Casanova is, you ain't familiar, it's okay. Not everybody has to know where everybody came from. That's fine. But for Vic to say that it was Kofi Mania that made Trick want to become a star, you're implementing now that he's now one of the people's champs. He sits on that plaque of he's a people's champion, or could be a people's champion. That was proven when he took the North American Championship away from.
Can we find another word, because the people's champion.
What do you want me to say?
Not people's champion.
Okay, he's a people. He's one of the people's peoples.
All right, we'll figure it out. But
we're gonna work on it.
We're gonna work on it.
We're gonna work on it.
She didn't mean it, baby. She didn't mean it.
He's on my itch list. He's on my itch.
She didn't.
He's on my itch list, because what the fuck he was doing in Alabama when Florida was right there?
Fucking third world states. I'm tired.
Maybe because they're cheaper to go to. I don't get it. I don't know. Maybe because it's cheaper to fly to Alabama than it is to Miami.
They don't barely get them. I don't.
Come to Jersey. God damn it. Anyway.
I mean, Birmingham is, known, but
But it's looking like a. Yeah, I don't like it. It's looking like a tag team. I don't know what it's called because I have it on mute.
And Malik.
Oh yeah, then Idris and Malik and Nathan Frazier
and
Axiom are going up against each other, right? Yeah. They're starting to grow back on me too, Malik and Idris. Especially the way they showcased. But I feel like they're also a team that's going to split.
Yeah, who?
Malik and Idris.
I don't think so yet. This one is too early.
You know how long they've been a tag team?
Mm-mm.
They've been a tag team they've been established for almost 2 years.
Yeah, but nobody's really seeing them as much as we see them now.
True.
That's why it's too early. Byron is on commentary. He's wearing a fuchsia suit, a fuchsia jacket. All right, what's your issue with Byron?
The press conference.
The last one?
No, the SummerSlam one.
Oh, I wasn't there.
We're gonna get into it. It has to be a Thirsty Thursdays for me to get into it.
I ain't been to SummerSlam since the last one in Brooklyn.
Oh yeah. But you know what though? Okay, so the one thing I will say about this, um, it's very obvious that Trick is becoming the fan favorite right now. He's having his, I call it the LA Night moment. He's having his LA Night moment, right?
Yeah, I
How
agree.
long do we think? I'm gonna play devil's advocate. How long do you think that's gonna last?
As long as Trick carry it, I think it can last for as long as Trick carries it. Trick is already that. He's that diamond in the rough. He already has a sympathy vote from the crowd. He Trick can't be heel even if I feel like Trick will be a steamboat in a sense like he
Hmm.
never turns heel. He will always be a fan favorite. Like Steamboat proves himself time and time again, literally through and through. His matches, his rivalries with Savage, his rivalries with I think he had a rivalry with Dusty. I'm not sure, but through and through, like he always proves that he is a baby face, and people loved him for that. And I feel like Trick can be in that position where he can be the next Steamboat, where he's never turned. He never even becomes a tweener. Like you'll see that he gets mad because he's human react. He's a human. He's a human reaction,
Mm-hmm.
but he can definitely be a forever baby face.
He could be a tweener.
He can because of human reaction.
But I feel like, you know what's crazy? I feel like he was a tweener to begin with. I feel like when they brought him in, because of how his mic skills were, people were already invested in everything he was doing. Because like, what did he say? He said one time he was like, you bring in, he was like, you bring in, he was like, you bring in checks into the game that your broke ass can't catch. People were entertained by stuff like that. So I feel like he's always been a tweener. They've always had that I don't care attitude with that we don't care. We've run this attitude with each other. And then the barbershop segments didn't help because you like the being in a barbershop with your boy is the most brotherly thing you could do. That's not heel shit. That's brotherly love shit.
Yeah.
Like like some people go to the barbershop just chop it up with their boys. That ain't heel behavior. And that's why I say that started turning Trick face, because people were already like, when is it going to be Trick time? Trick's one of the best. Trick's already goated. When he going to be champion? And people started rallying behind, especially when you put him up against him and Braun Breaker. People already started rallying behind him, so that just, the crowd made him a face, and the crowd did the same thing with Trick, which is why I feel like what happened needed to be happened, because both of you can't be face. And you said it too. You said it might be a case of sometimes your people don't want you to be great, and you're right. You now looking at a situation where Melo saw somebody that was getting to the top that he didn't want to be at the top. Like, they can only be one person at the top. It can't be both of us. You my boy, but I got to bring you back down. Remember, like, the promo got to be heat, because we're looking at somebody who brought somebody in to hype him up, literally now bring the person that was hyping him up down. What's the aftermath?
You're right. You're absolutely right. This aftermath between Mello and Trick is gonna be something crazy.
And then what it is going to make a great for Roadblock, which is happening on March 5th, and I'm gonna be in Florida on March and on that week. I gotta see how I can get me a ticket. I gotta see how I can get in the Performance Center.
I'll figure it out for you.
I'm gonna be in Orlando.
I'll figure it out for you. Maybe I should go to. No, see, Tampa scarred me. After being in the airport for 15
Tampa.
hours.
Oh yeah. But no, you know what? If we go to Orlando, it's a different airport, so you won't be in that airport for too long. But
No,
I
I
can
know,
understand
but
this
I
card
won't do
too.
a standby neither.
No.
Hey, Gorilla Jack.
Hey, Gorilla Jack. I'm gonna be in Florida that week.
I mean, my birthday is the 9th, 4 days after. But no, I can't. What? That's a Saturday?
It's Roadblock. It's a Tuesday.
Tuesday. Yeah, no.
I'm gonna be in Florida from Friday to that Wednesday.
Yeah, I have to be back. I have something I need to do on the 7th, so I can't be away like that.
I need to work this out.
We'll figure it out. We will figure it out. Will Trick have a longer reign than Mello? Possibly, especially if Mello goes to main roster. Yeah,
But he's already he's going. Like, I think we gotta wait till, because if they still do the draft, even though I know they're signing some superstars to the main roster now, We gotta wait till after WrestleMania. But as far as somebody going to the main roster, he's one of them. There's without a shadow of a doubt. It's him and another person that I could think they're probably gonna send to the main roster, since they already sent Tiff to the main roster. Is it's not Roxanne's time yet.
No. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
No,
absolutely, it is. Roxanne already was NXT Women's Champion. Like, it's definitely her time to go up to 2. When she actually got a pop at Rumble when she came out. It's her time too. She has to go up too. My thing is that where would they place her when she's on main roster? Because
she can't just sit backstage.
Right. The fact that Tiffany Stratton went up before her, like Tiffany Stratton proves herself, but it's definitely Roxanne's turn too. Definitely. And I'm mad they really call themselves the Wolf Dogs.
Who's your GOAT? I'm confused.
This is what we were talking about. I think this is when we were talking about Rock. I think this comment is. Oh, I think
that man got enough millions in his pocket and enough fans like Krista B to accept the fact that he don't give a fly. Let me tell you something. And let me tell you, that's another thing about this whole thing. You think he gives to the rooted to the fresh and fruit of what you think about him main event in the WrestleMania? He's the
now,
Wayne.
yes, because they're threatening his daughter. Yes,
but he here to put ass in seats. And from when I checked this Ticketmaster, the nosebleeds wasn't sold out. The nosebleeds is sold out, sir. So last I checked, all you people that are returning, just make sure you let me know if it's a riser.
Listen, all I'm saying is that if anybody fucks with my moment to see The Rock, it will be some real boots to asses. And I definitely tweeted that.
Y'all messing with the people's money. That's what y'all doing. And y'all need to stop.
Me having my moment. I have never seen The Rock in person. Out of all of the legends that I grew up watching, I've seen Mick Foley, I've seen Stone Cold, I've seen
You weren't at the first WrestleMania in New Jersey?
No, I didn't even I wasn't really into wrestling then either. Again, like I was after the fact. I have never ever seen The Rock in person.
I'm surprised.
I've seen Kane, I've seen Taker, I've seen Shawn Michaels, I've seen Triple H, I've seen Shane, Stephanie, and Vince, Stone Cold, Mankind, Mick Foley, Kurt Angle, Ric Flair, for crying out fucking loud, Hulk Hogan. I don't even like him. All of these.
I thought that you've seen him.
No, never, ever. And every time, this is why I go so hard, because I feel like because these people are going so hard on this shit, it's not going to happen for me. And I'm like, this cannot not happen for me. You understand? Like, I have to see every time. And then the one time I was supposed to see The Rock, that first time he came to Barclays Center, where he told off Rusev and Lana, I was supposed to be there. My friend who had tickets had an emergency and never hit me back. Like, yo, I'm not gonna make it. I was like, bro, where the fuck were you? Like,
I see why you think the Wayne playing you in your face.
Exactly.
But onto this funeral service for the Trick and Mellow gang. I put my shades back on.
I gotta get my shades too. Hold on, let me go get my
shades.
shades.
We having the funeral. This is a memorial before we sign off real quick. To make a long story short, do I think he'll have a longer reign than Mellow? Yeah, I think he can carry it very well. I feel like they did the North American Championship the way they did so they can see what kind of reaction they can give for Mello. It worked out in the favor, and it worked out to make they were at the time they were trying to make Dominic a stronger heel, which it did what it was supposed to do. So long story short, I feel like when it comes to the NXT Championship, it'll work. If, like I said before, he's on my list of people that can possibly go up against Obafemi. If they want to slide it back that way and make Trick work by himself to get it to the top, hey, those are given RIP.
I couldn't find my Michael Kors, so these are my Versace's.
I love it. But I was saying that I did say that Malik. Oh, why did I say Malik? I did say that if it came down to Trick possibly getting the North American Championship back, from Obafemi, that can possibly happen if they want to build him up again properly, give him the 2-time status that his boy got. Even if it were to make him the make him the NXT champion and literally just have him rule with a face and have him chew on overcomes, because this match with Ilya just proves that he can hang.
Yeah.
Nothing more, nothing less. There's not even a doubt about it.
True. I feel like I got the hangover look.
But real quick, we're gonna say RIP to Trip Mellow Gang up in here, because it was a good run. They, like I said, it was a 2.0 era, and Carmelo had just put himself in the prospects of becoming a North American champion, and was the breakout. He was the fresh new thing on the block, but he was very cocky with it. In comes his boy Trick that he go way back with. And the two of them have given me the 2 best years of 2.0 that they can possibly give me, even up to the brand known as the new black and I call it the black and yellow brand, this brand of NXT. A lot of great segments, the WEDS, the barbershop segments, even that Halloween Havoc where they went into the haunted house when there was the first 2.0. They gave us a lot of good segments. They were the boys, they brought back my hitter culture, which is why I loved it so much. Because you didn't see a lot of that in wrestling. You didn't see a lot of that since Crime Time. You didn't see a lot of it since New Day. This was also around the time that we lost Big E, and it was just Xavier and Kofi just running amok, trying to be the New Day, but it wasn't safe. Like, it was something to look forward to. It's attractive, but it had to be done. I'm gonna say it here and now. What happened Sunday needed to be done, because you're looking at 2 future WrestleMania cardliners being on a team together, and it can't work out that way.
Yeah.
It sucks that they couldn't be tag team champions before they got it there. I would have loved to see that, but it's not about what I love. It's about what's best for business sometimes. And them being apart is what's best for business. I don't see a world on the main roster where Trick and Mello can, and they try and do it with everybody else. They're trying to do it with Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. And I'm like, stop doing this. Because again, Grayson Waller is somebody great. Like, Austin Theory is somebody who needs to be by himself. He needs to be U.S. champion. Let's be real. Again, he needs to be, and he ain't ready for Intercontinental. He needs to take it off somebody else's Gunther, because Gunther's just going to toss his ass the way that Oba was tossing Dragon Lee on Sunday. They don't need to be a pair. There are people that deserve to be a pair. Trick and Mello was that. I'm not going to turn on Mello because he's doing what he had to do and is best for business. And you can call me a heel now if you want to. I don't care how many round of shots I got to say to admit I was wrong. Hell, I was wrong. I just didn't want to see the kids upset.
True.
I didn't want to see the kids upset. My nephew likes Mello. I play nephew likes Mello. I don't even want to know what he's going to say to me when I come and pick him up on Friday to take him out to mini golf, because he going to look sad.
But tell him tell your nephew me and Mello got matching tattoos.
I'm going to tell him that.
Because we do.
You do.
It wasn't planned. We didn't go get them together, but we have the same.
You have the same tattoo. Listen, I
have a matching tattoo with a wrestler, and I won't be lying.
A lot of people, this is like what happened in Juice. A lot of people are comparing it to Paid in Full when what's the name turned on Money Maker Mitch. I said I haven't been this heartbroken since Molly and Issa realized they can't be friends.
Yo, when I tell you, me and my best friend, we literally mirrored ourselves as Molly and Issa, and then we didn't talk for a year.
Really?
That's me and my.
You did say friend. You did talk about that when we were doing the shot. When we talked about it at the 4.
Yes.
The big 4. You did talk about that. That's crazy.
Her now, but I was texting her now, but she's studying. But yeah, we didn't talk for a year. So I'm like, oh my God, we really are Molly and Issa. Like,
you have disagreements with your friends. I've had disagreement with friends that I'm like, listen, I just need my space. I've had disagreement with friends where we ain't friends. Ain't no love harm. Ain't no love lost. Love will always be there. The memories will always be there. And that's how you have to look at the Trick and Mello situation. That crowd, though.
They're going to get back together. They're going to do a DX thing where...
Yeah. They
don't
are
need to.
Shawn and Triple H, because with
For
Triple
real.
H is that turn what people don't realize. Even like we talk about Shawn and we talk about Marty and
Shawn.
they got back together. The Rockers got back together for one moment in time.
Yeah, that was years later though. Years later. They didn't get back
wrestling,
together. Like, so with Shawn and Triple H, it was 2002. I feel like they kind of got back together. Oh no, it was years later too. But damn, I feel like they got back together like what, 2007, 8,
7.
7, yeah. Fuck yeah.
And then Marty messed it up by getting arrested again. But
No, I'm talking
anyway,
about Shawn and Triple H. I ain't talking about Marty.
oh yeah, but they always gonna be like. I feel like Trick Mellow Gang is really that. They always gonna be here. Right now, this needs to happen. You have two young, up and coming superstars who are possibly the future of the business that need to make sure they establish themselves as that. After that happens, who knows what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
Might end up being unified tag team champions one day. Never say never. But right now, we try. Although we try and wow, that was a bad fall for Malik. Even though we look at them breaking up, we never say never in this business. So never to say that they might not get back together. But right now, yes, it's so hard to say goodbye. R.I.P. Trick Mellow Gang. And as an effect, I don't have no water. But pour one out for all the dead homies.
I ain't poured my wine out. I'll drink it.
No, don't pour it out. I'm gonna pour the water out. I'm gonna pour one out for all my dead homies. Right here. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace
to all my homies.
Damn, they lost.
They did?
Yeah.
Why are they not giving this?
They just trying to shit on us on Black History Month.
They do. Yo, you know what's wild? I literally... I don't understand why... Girl, I'm at a loss for words. I don't understand why that is. I don't understand why they're not giving them the chance. Because I think they think that Axiom and what's name are a better appeal. And now they just made Braun, and them people like them too. They're gonna make Braun and what's the name face. It ain't gonna work out. One of them got to be the heel. Oh, hey. All right. This is what I'm talking about. The family, the D'Angelo family. If only homeboy hadn't dumped his girlfriend, she would have been right out there with him.
Right.
And if her ACL wasn't torn.
This one looks like Patrick Mahomes.
Stop!
He do. Nah, no shade. Like he do. Like that's not an insult. He looks like Patrick Mahomes. They be related.
He do. They got the mohawk and everything.
Yeah.
But I feel like this is going to be a good tag team match. Like I said, with Roadblock coming up, it's going to be a good match. Tonight on NXT, not only we just had our first match was the tag team match. We got the Uniburgera. I don't know how to say it right. Somebody told me how to say it right. But we got Ilya walking into the stadium now to talk about what's next for him as the NXT champion. We also have Roxanne versus Lola Vice as a retribution match. We got so much going on tonight on NXT.
And Roxanne is turning heel too.
Who? Oh, she's going crazy. Like her.
Okay, new challenger for Logan Paul. That'd be crazy if it's Carmelo.
I'm telling you, girl.
That'd be crazy if it's
Carmelo. That he taunted him.
Run me my money.
No, it needs to be. You know why? Because everybody's starting to like Logan Paul, and they don't like Melo right now.
I don't like Logan Paul. Come on,
everybody likes him. Yeah, everybody likes him. So for it not to be them two at WrestleMania with, of course, Melo being the heel, even if they do this whole match at Roadblock, which might happen, I feel like if they're gonna make a Melo, they want to make it bigger than what it is. Listen, Carmelo can work twice because other people have done it. It can work out. sorry, Andre, that you feel like you missed my pour out. I poured one out for the Trick Mellow gang.
Not
We
you
had
calling
to.
him Judas and the Benedict Arnold. Seindole, I just want to say thank you for having me on.
Yes.
I have to dip up out of here because I got to get ready to record my sound off, and then
Yes,
I got to go to
ma'am.
bed. I got to be an adult in the morning.
We're gonna wrap this thing up real quick.
Yes.
I'm gonna thank you for coming on, for
Thank
joining
you.
the mess tone on here. And me and you, we scarf and bonnet. We always gonna be here.
Scarf and bonnet, always gonna be here. You know, I'm here whenever you need me. I might just pop back up next Tuesday.
Hey, all right now.
Okay.
Just don't attack me on my knees, because my good knee, I squat. I got mega knees. You attack me, it's over.
No knees. Don't worry about it.
But I want to thank everybody for joining this edition of Watch What Happens NXT. Next week, of course, I'm going to watch to see what happens. And of course, like you guys always do, you guys are going to join me in on the fray. I want to go, if you are free this Friday, don't forget to join Krista with Sound Off Sessions. We actually came up with that name in the airport.
Schooling Sessions.
Sorry, Schooling Sessions. We actually came up with that in the airport.
Be a guest.
Yes, I'm gonna be on because I need to go off on some of you hitters
with myself and Pablo and Christina, and also we may have Thursday this weekend.
Yes, but who's next up on NXT?
Not this
real
weekend,
quick?
This Thursday. Sorry.
Real quick, who's next up on NXT before we go?
Ilya Dragunov.
I agree. So, I can't wait to see he's gonna go up against X. But
check us on Twitter. At us on Twitter where we watch. We will be still live tweeting NXT. So check us on Twitter.
Check us on Twitter. I adore everybody for coming into the chat. I want to thank you guys for joining me. I adore you all. Please, again, be positive cycle bees on the internet. Don't fall into the fray. Don't retweet. Don't app for your mental health. You got to shut it down. Shut it the hell down. Enjoy this version of NXT that's coming up. I will see you guys next Tuesday at 6 o'clock. And don't forget to follow us on our socials. Love y'all to death. Deuces.